energy tight and teamwork supreme. In the game of kings, we achieve our dreams. Feel the power, unleash the roar. Viking King, we're taking the throne. Through every game we've grown and we've shown. With courage in hearts and fire in our veins, the saga continues through victories and pains. Feel the power, unleash the roar. Viking King, we're taking the throne. Through every game we've grown and we've shown. With courage in hearts and fire in our veins, the saga continues through victories and pains. Together, my brothers, the night is our stage. In this epic journey, we rise our own age. Blow.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's your boy VKG back in the building for episode 11 Behind the Wheel. Holy smokes, it's been a while. We've started this, I think it's been like 2 full months behind the wheel. I know we had like a solid 8 episodes every week or so. We've had some misschedulings, man, but I couldn't be more happy today to have episode 11 with one of the good ones, another one of the good ones. We keep finding these channels and these guys, and I start talking to them, man. I become even more fans, and I hope that you guys can get to know PupuJuku a little bit better, as I have over the last week or so, just kind of getting to know his background. Just, we have a lot of commonalities, we have a lot of similarities. Hopefully you guys are coming back because you've seen another episode of Behind the Wheel. We had Led, we had Jester in the last few weeks. Those episodes were bangers. I've been assured today that the poo is gonna fly. We're gonna be chatting it up. We're gonna be having a lot of conversations. This man fancies himself a sit-down comedian, a online male performer. He's a sim racer. He's been doing it for a little while. He's got a good community. I see everybody in the chat. Just want to shout out to everybody who's made it back from the first attempt to get the stream out. We had a little bit of tech bots come in, and we had some OBS issues and try to convert, you know, just where the stream was coming from. It didn't work out. You guys saw what happened, but thank you guys for coming back. We got Tats, Brigsby, GT, Alfred in there, making sure everything's getting hold down. Root, Greasy, Jackhammer, Stevie, Nadim. Man, how you guys doing? Woodworks. Let's see, who else did I not forget? There was all kinds of people in the last chat that I didn't get to. We'll try to get to as much as we can, but you know it's all about the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. PupuJuku. We're gonna bring him in right now. So without further ado, sir, there he is. What's up, brother? All the way from Estonia. We have covering 5.5 thousand miles. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you.
Howdy.
Howdy. Everybody knows the howdy. Every time I cover the stream, the howdy gets even grittier.
It does, it does.
I see your beverage. You got your beverage. I got my shake.
Yep. That's
Cheers
my
to
number
you,
one
brother.
beer.
I love
Especially
Corona
Cajun.
Extras, man.
Yeah.
If I
do have another
a
beer. I do have another beer as well. That's my name on it. So that's the second one.
We got a PupuJuku beer.
Almost Carl.
What is it called?
Carl, my real name.
Carl. Oh, Carl with a K, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mr. Carl, aka PupuJuku. We're both 36. We got birthdays coming up actually pretty soon.
I mean, whoa, 26 and
26
10.
going on 36. 36 going on 26.
Yeah.
Age is only a number. Age is only a number. But all the way from Estonia, we just calculated it's 9,000 kilometers, 5.5 thousand miles. You can't drive there. We tried to get driving directions. You can only fly.
Or tried to do it live, actually, face to face, but
it was hard. We tried to book the tickets, tried to book the train, tried to book the submarines. You got to go across the Atlantic. That's the problem, is getting across the Atlantic. So I had this wrong in the description. If you guys read the description, I said he was a 5-time Estonian javelin champ.
I don't think anyone reads descriptions anymore. No,
I don't think anybody got it, but you caught it. And it's not, you're not throwing javelins, although you have thrown some javelins. You are a, it's a pétanque champion. You got to tell us a little bit about what pétanque is. I don't think, if anybody can tell me what pétanque is, I'm going to be absolutely surprised.
I was actually really smart when I started playing this, because it's an old man's game and I was young lad. So no, it's actually not like old man's game, but like a lot of the game sport comes from France, and it's basically you throw these small metal balls. Yeah, okay, and you have to throw them to like a smaller ball, as close as you can. So whoever comes closest gets a point, and so on. But like people think that this is like I would just throw it there and that's it, right? But actually there's so much tactics and stuff going on there. So yeah, 5-time Estonian champ.
You're the champ at throwing your big balls at other guys' little balls.
My big metal balls.
Yeah. Big metal balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's not the only thing you do, right? You said, you were telling me that you're a big fan of sports. Sports has played a big part of your life. You've been in Estonia your whole life, and obviously Estonia has a lot of sports, because you said that you've played ball, you've played football, European football, the real football you assured me of.
Yeah.
We've done some javelin throwing, right? You guys said you guys have like the silver medals or something out there. I forget what you said, but tell us a little about how sports have played a role in your life, and what it is that you think you like the most.
I think I've done basically every sports imaginable I can remember, and as long as I remember, it's just something I do. I don't know what it is. I mean, I was raised in a small island, so there's nothing else to do, either to throw sticks in a river or do sports. So I've done everything basically. I've even been a basketball referee for like 5 years. So everything. I don't know. One thing is that what's come from that is I'm extremely competitive as well.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. So, but I like my people sometimes get it mixed up. Like I want my competitor to be really good, but I want to be better. But
yes.
Sometimes people, yeah. But I don't want my opponents to be bad.
I feel like I'll just say, wait, that's why sim racing has become such an addiction for me, because even in the race and the qualifying times and all that, it's no matter how hard, you can't fake it to make it. At some point, it just becomes true skill and true ability, and you got to put in the work. And I mean, I know how many hours I've put on this. You said that you've been racing on a wheel for about a little over 2 years now, September 2023 or so.
Well, that's actually, then it becomes 1.5 years on a wheel. Yeah.
1.5 years on a wheel, and you've already had a couple of them. We'll definitely get into the different kind of wheels, but for us athletes, right? And I think as we get older and we're at the same age, we're probably dealing with some of the same things. Like when I'm watching, when I'm watching a game or I'm watching an activity take place, whether it be basketball, football, soccer, wrestling, track, and I'm like, man, I want to do it so bad, but I have this reserve now for like, I can't afford those injuries anymore. It starts messing with my life. It starts messing with my pocketbook, starts messing with my job, my career, my family. But we're getting to those age, we're trying to hang on. That competitive edge is still there. I mean, I was telling you earlier, I played board games the same way I wrestled, man. I try to put as much focus and respect in the skill set as possible. And when it comes to sports, especially anything competitive, I mean, I like to respect the skill set that's there. I know that you kind of fancy yourself a sportsman as well, and you've done a lot of sports. Would you say that you have any favorites that you've done, or is it just the throwing balls at each other?
Throwing balls at each other, yeah, is my main thing. Throwing stuff, basically.
Throwing stuff.
But like right now, it's like I'm not doing like the two athletic sports, right? Like the basketball or football or anything. But I play darts a lot, pool, like everything that has. I didn't even realize it, but at one point I realized that I like sports that has something to do with like accuracy or something. Like the dunk is the same. Disc golf that I'm playing right now, basically daily. If people don't know what that is, basically if you're playing it's like a poor man's golf. Okay, just play exactly the same rules, but you have baskets and you have frisbees.
I've
But yeah,
gotten a little bit of disc golf, man. It's a fun. That's another one, but you can throw your shoulder out playing disc frisbee, man.
no, well, you
Or
can't
disc golf.
actually. You can't. Look at you.
But
But
shoot, man, I throw my shoulders
even
out
I can't
giving
with
a
my
hug
muscles.
nowadays.
Like it's actually it's comes to a lot. There's no like people think that if the stronger you are, the further you throw, right? Exactly like in golf. That's not the case.
It's in the hips.
Everything about technique, basically, and exactly the same thing is in disc golf as well. It's exactly in the hips. It is actually like how you rotate and how smooth you move.
Right.
And as they say,
Same thing with golf. Same thing with baseball.
Yes, slow is smooth and smooth is far.
Aye, Yaki. That sounds like a Yaki quote. Snow is smooth, smooth is fast. No, I appreciate that about you, man. We were talking earlier. I think we can definitely relate on, we're kind of saying like we've been good at everything and kind of master at nothing, because I try to encourage, like my kiddos, like
now
do
before
everything.
everyone starts yapping about like, I'm the fastest guy in the world. Okay, in the chat, everyone, calm down.
I recently found out that I'm the fastest guy in ppima County, which is cool.
There you go.
Because I've only been here like 8 months, so I still consider myself a newbie. I was arguing with some folks yesterday, and they're like, Viking, you got to take off the beginner sim racing part anymore. Like you're not a beginner anymore. You're at least intermediate. And I'm like, no, that's part of the thing. At least until I get to 1 year, because I feel like some of you guys have been in here multiple years, and I deserve my rookie year. I deserve what I want to achieve, whatever I achieve. Get that first year jitters out.
I'm still 26, so no.
So yeah, 36 going on 26, man. I'm going back in time with these toys. As we get older, our toys just get a little bit more expensive. And for me, I mean, at least for the sim racing journey that I've been on, it's been managing things a little bit differently so that I can, get some cool equipment, or maybe get a cool rig, or add this or add that. And we will talk about, we're in some tight spaces. We do what we can with the space that we have. But you've been able to build out a pretty cool rig. You were telling me that. Actually, before we get into the rig building, let's shout out to everybody who has nothing to do today, because the PSN servers are crashed. So shout out to you guys. I've seen people play guitars all day. TK was playing with his racetrack last night. Grove was just doing like 100 laps of just randomness. Everybody's trying to figure out what to do. Everybody's trying to figure out something to do. So if you're doing something unique today on stream, I'd definitely like to know. What's up, Dio? What's up, Briggs? Shout out to Briggs. Yeah, I was watching Briggs play guitar earlier. There he is. Yeah. We got, I don't even, and I've watched, I think we were talking about like Super GT was just on like the loading screen. Some guys are just streaming just to stream because it's what they do. And they don't know what else to do. Luckily, we got behind the wheel. I know you had someone hit you up and say what? They said that this interview was so important.
That was done. He's in the chat right now. Yeah.
This interview was so important that they shut down the entire Sony network just to make way for us.
Exactly.
So if you're here, I appreciate you. Thank you guys for stopping in. I'm sorry that the network's down. I got off yesterday at like 3:30. I was trying to grind on some race speed. Chris Wood with a gifted membership. I see you, brother. I was grinding.
Thank you, Chris.
I was grinding until I think I got in the 209.1, a top 350 or so. But then I went to my son's game. Shout out to my boy. They got another dub, in town rivalry. And then my daughter had a game yesterday too, so it was a doubleheader. All got wins. But I get back and everybody's like, servers down, servers down, servers down. And then I wake up this morning and then there's all kinds of videos from content creators talking about why. So I don't know if we've been hacked. I don't know if we've been
it's actually quite serious, I think, because I've been keeping my eye on it, like on Twitter as well. And a lot of like actually smart guys are saying that this is really bad because there's no, they don't, like Sony doesn't say anything. That's the issue. If it wasn't like too bad, if it wasn't too bad, they would say like, oh yeah, we're still struggling or whatever. But people are actually saying that this might be really bad. So
I hope it's not bad.
That's stuff. So
that you just made me get scared now. I mean, everybody's on PlayStation.
Passwords, but but you can't even change your password.
You
with your
can't get
offline.
into anything. Me and Misa, shout out to Misa. We were playing Grand Theft Auto again last night because it was a disc game. Any game that has any kind of online anything. It's really weird. It's really weird. I kind of feel like maybe I hope it's not serious, but it's definitely going to leave some room for the ACC guys and Xbox guys and those
AC
guys.
Evo, always online.
Shout out to the ACC, Phil. I mean, I'm gonna have to. I think my best video ever, anyways, was from ACC, so I might have to go back and try that. Do you play any other games other than Gran Turismo?
AC Evo, Assetto Corsa Evo. Like I'm getting into it. I didn't. I don't know why, but I never like felt good on ACC. Like it was on PlayStation, but I didn't have PC then. But still, like I always felt like it. I just didn't connect to the like. I don't know. It just felt weird. And but like racing wise, only AC. But now AC Evo feels so great. When we're talking about just driving, it feels great. But I mean, it's early access, so it's like not much to do.
I mean, it looks good. I mean, just even watching kind of the internals of it and just, people who've had some early release stuff. I don't know. I still feel like I have so much to catch up on. I guess when I started streaming, I bought a couple of games. I bought even Wreckfest, just kind of go play with PHG and those guys for Wreckfest Wednesdays. I bought ACC on the console, and then shout out to Mr. Ruthless, got me ACC on the PC, and that's a whole nother level of racing. I don't know if Evo is similar to that. Is it, the tuning and everything?
Likely, but yeah, no, it is, yeah.
Big shout out to Zilla. I see you, big dog, with the $20 dono. My dog. You guys
I don't know if it's you, Zilla, but tomorrow comes out the new Mo video, and there's a guy named Zilla from Daily Race A, who was it was an EU service, but I don't know if you're from EU or no. So we'll see if it's you.
Dude, Zilla is the man. The whole RSR squad. We're definitely gonna try to get Zilla on the show. He is one of my favorite setups. He is the huge. He looks like he's sitting in a half circle when he's in his rig. He actually drives a Zilla in real life, so he's got a GTR. I think it's a 2013. I think it's the one with the good engine. So he's awesome dude, career man, working in, I believe he works at Ford, right? Career man at Ford. He's got a couple decades under his belt. Mrs. Zilla is always super supportive. It's been awesome, just kind of getting, I like seeing guys who kind of bring in, their misses and stuff like that into their channel. It kind of gives off a cool another vibe. I know Mr. PupuJuku, you got your family out there in Estonia. You got two sisters out there that you said are kind of spread out. But when we say spread out, Estonia's not very big. It's 2.7 times smaller than the city of New York, or the state of New York. State of New York.
2.7.
What's it like in Estonia? Tell us, give us a snapshot.
It's bad. Okay. No, it's my home country. I love Estonia, but like everything, like if you Google how expensive it is to live in Estonia, we're actually a poor country as well, and everyone's saying it's one of the most expensive countries. Well, I don't know why I'm still here. Second thing, the weather is ass. I mean, it's right now. I had daylight like for 3 hours, and if it's not sunny, like it's most likely not sunny. 99% of the winter is not sunny, so it's gray. If it's not snowing, it's gray. It's like you can barely see anything. It's that gray. It's horrible, but I still love it.
You heard it here, folks. Estonia's weather is ass.
Yeah, I mean that's not news to anyone, I think.
So, well, I mean, we get some right now in Arizona. It's beautiful. It's the most gorgeous weather in the world. It's like 75 degrees. But we know it's like a ticking clock. Every single week after this, it's just going to get hotter. And we're actually in our cold season, so we get to enjoy it a little bit. Every once in a while, we just got out of hoodie weather, but I mean, we got 2 inches of snow the other day at my job site, and we had like the most epic snowball fight in the history of like snowball fights. But
like the polar night and polar day, right? Like that we have in like Norway and stuff, like in Northern Europe.
No, what's
it's basically like there's a time in a year that doesn't go dark, like for a month basically. It doesn't go dark.
Oh wow, like in Alaska.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's like I think it's like not North Pole or whatever the thing is that like the thing basically. I don't know geography. Okay, got it. So uh, and then there's like half a year, but it's like I think it's 3 months. There's no, it doesn't go dark, and then there's like 3 months that doesn't go that there's no daylight. Like actually, it's pitch dark.
So
Like
do
three
you guys
months
have
straight.
like the crazy vampires
Oh,
that
but
like live out
like
there?
no,
That's You've seen that movie?
it's not that like for us, but we do like we have like a week in summer, like in June, where we basically it doesn't go dark like at all, like in
Wow.
the night.
So what do you
But
guys just black
same
out
time we have
curtains?
like in the same time in January or December we have like 2 hours of daylight. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow. I think the only thing weird that we have go on is like daylight savings, and we don't even where I'm at, we don't the world adjusts. Our time doesn't change.
Oh, the other okay. I hate the changing times. What like you know where it's come from?
It's because we're
It's like
supposed to have 13 months.
well, that's one thing. But actually, like why is it's like the changing times is because it started like like really like way back. I don't even know what year it was, but basically when like farmers and stuff needed more like daylight and stuff. Like it was
Ah,
like way back, like hundreds of years
interesting.
ago. And now it's still here, but like no, but like it's bad for your health basically, and they're still doing it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it.
I know that there's if you read back a little bit, we both fancy ourselves kind of we've expanded our minds a little bit. Recently found out that we both have studied psychology and human behavior, and it was really cool because my foreign language was American Sign Language, and you study human body movement, and I mean we'll get into that. That's awesome. But I think I read back, I always get stuck on these like weird history, kind of documentaries or something that'll pop up.
Yeah.
But I had read back a while back that there's 13 months and that all the months were
Exactly. Yeah.
evened out.
I
And
just
like, even if you look at like December, it's 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀. It's supposed to be like the 10th
exactly.
month,
Yeah. Exactly.
and you
October
have,
is Octo and stuff like
right.
that.
So you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
weird calendar that was made
It's
where we
stupid.
have,
Why? Who?
it makes no
Why?
sense. Like 28 days
Exactly.
in
No
one month,
sense.
31 days in separate months. I mean, I don't even
You can
know.
actually make them actually completely equal, 28 days and 13 months and so on. Like
Yep.
it's absolutely stupid.
And
I
we're
hate
supposed
it.
to be moving in like increments
Change
of
it.
12 instead of,
Yeah, exactly.
like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's all
And
kinds of stuff. And then
I think the year actually starts in March, right? Like according to that 13
because
month.
yeah, if you look at it, it's all like Latin. It's
Yeah. And I think March was basically like it's springtime and everything starts blooming and it's the start of new year. I think it
Yep.
was like that. I think March or April, one of them. But yeah,
And then
13 months.
even the days, like 7 days a week, got changed somehow because it would the day of the sun had to be created.
Yep.
And I think that may have been, it may even go back to like the day of the sun being created, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. It's wild. Anyways,
So
it's what is it? It's noon for me. It's like 12:30, but it's what 9 p.m. for you.
Yeah, it's 32. How do you say it's like we say 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀, like it's 9:30, okay? But I think there's other way to say that.
We say
Ha- half,
12:30. You can
okay,
say
but if
half
it's
past
like
the hour or quarter till.
okay, yeah,
Every once in a while.
it's 9:30.
It's 9:30. Yeah, so we'll say it's
Yeah,
12:30. I mean, it's 30 till or something like that. I guess 9:30. Everybody kind of has their own way of doing it, but
like we say, like our time is like we use the 24-hour clock, and we have like my time is 21:36.
21:36.
use
Yeah,
it.
so like
Yeah, we use
military.
it like
It's
that,
every
yeah.
once in a while I use
Yeah.
military time. I usually leave my watch at military time, but just
I think
because it's
so much
universal.
easier.
Yeah, it makes it universal. So Estonia, whole family is close, right? We both kind of got another similarity where we our fathers were gone at a young age, but our moms are really close. So you said your mom lives super close by.
Well, it's hard to live far in Estonia. Yeah.
Would you say like how long does it take to drive across Estonia if you were? And then are you allowed
Okay.
to? Like,
So
is it one of those countries where you can just kind of go?
No, you can do whatever you want. It's basically like 90% of it is forest, anyways.
Oh,
But
God.
it actually depends. Like I'm from a small island, but you have to use a ferry to get over to the mainland, right?
Like a
So it
flying ferry? Or no?
no, it's like a sea,
I'm
like it's a
playing.
small island, like from with a you use
Horrible joke.
a boat,
Horrible.
a raft, and but we do we do have like planes as well here. Yeah, surprise. But yeah, basically, if I come from if I for example, if I come from my home island, like but I had to use the ferry as well. It takes like hour and a half, and then I had to actually visit my sister, but my sister lives across the country. But that's I mean, it takes me hold on, okay, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, 6 hours maybe.
That's
Uh,
I mean that's like driving from here to Vegas. I guess so that
Yeah,
wow, that's
but
crazy because I
and
drove
I'm actually taking ferry as well, and like that takes like too much time. But that the distance is like I think 25 kilometers sea time,
and so
but it's
is
like
everything
hour and
like
a
in
half.
Estonia or do you guys kind of go and get exports, imports, is
Oh
it
yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah, like everything. Yeah, but like, it's a normal country, like European country, but yeah, it's just small, very small.
interesting? Interesting. Yeah, I mean I've never had a chance to sit down from someone with from Estonia, man. That's another shout out
I
to
mean, I'm actually so I'm really proud of like being Estonian, like even more so when I'm streaming, like because like a lot of people don't even know Estonia, like what is that even?
No, I
So
mean it's rare that you get to really interact. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, for Americans, we're so internalized. I mean, on ourselves because there's so many states and there's so many
yeah,
different
exactly. You have like
different
a yeah,
vibes going on that
yeah,
it feels like it's just so many countries
everything
already.
different country, exactly. Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
I think and YouTube has helped
But
me to just
we have our own language as well, like which is really cool. We have like our own special language. We have like 1.3 million people, and we have our own language. So yeah,
oh wow. So English is obviously your second language then?
yeah,
And that was, did you learn that like early on? Is that, do you know
yeah.
multiple languages that,
Yeah. I mean, we like learn English like it's like mandatory thing, like it's normal thing in schools, like from like I think like fourth grade or something.
oh, gotcha.
Russian was then you have like a choice to I think it depends on the school as well. Like if you're like picking German, whatever language you want, like your like second learning language. But
And,
English is like default.
and then like grade system, is it like we have 12 grades here? Is it, do you guys
We have
do,
five. Okay, well there's two. Like there's the high school till high school is like five is the best grade you can get. Four is the second best. Three, two, one is basically you haven't done anything. Like you haven't given up a
that's like an
tree or
F,
like
that's like failing.
yeah. No, but two is failing as well for us. But two is like you've tried but you failed.
Yeah, that's
But
like
one is
it's
like
like a
you yeah
D. It's like a D student, man. Shout out to my
yeah
D
yeah.
students and people getting it done, getting
But
through.
if you go to university, there's like then there's like different things again. Of course, like there's like grade points and stuff like that, and then there's A's and B's and stuff. So yeah.
And you were telling me that you've been going to school. You spent like 8 years going to school, actually
Well,
studying online in
no,
line.
well, it's like yeah. I wasn't going to school. It was like my like I started as a like a hobby, right?
Hmm.
I just started learning things because it was interesting for me, like psychology and body language, and I just started taking like online courses and stuff. So because I don't try, I because like I took one body language course in Estonia, and it was so bad. It cost so much. It was so bad that I basically should have gone there and started teaching myself. I was just so too basic, and then I had to start taking like actually from US and stuff. So yeah.
So I don't know if everybody understands what body language, understanding kind of body. You said you spent a long time studying, how the body, how people move, how people operate. We're talking about how it really helps with kind of your discernment, and you've said you even have kind of a blueprint for some of your beliefs and things like that. So kind of give us an idea of what body language training is, and kind of it sounds like it's a huge passion of
So
yours.
so the main thing everyone's saying, everyone who knows body language and has studied it or who's teaching it is we call it baseline. That is every person's base behavior. Like you can't like everyone has a base behavior. Like some people, I'm gonna give you like an extreme example, but like oh he's scratching his nose, he's lying, right? someone scratching their nose 17 times a minute, so because it's itching, right? Everyone has their base behavior, like, and then you start detaching these like things that are not base behavior, like something he does differently, and that's how you basically start analyzing people.
Gotcha.
Each
And is
week,
this is this something that you're pursuing as like a career, or is it, because I know you have another career that you do, which is really cool too, something that's probably
but
pique a lot of interest, but
as I said you offline, I told you offline that I don't think it as a career, but like I have like a draft I written on my own, like a course to teach basically body language, like a basic skills. And
nice.
that was I wrote my own like draft, so that's something I would like to do maybe someday, but like to teach body language, like I have my own course basically,
Man, yeah,
but not as a career, no. Man.
that's cool. On an anatomical level, I teach body language. I'm a
Yeah.
trainer and I work with people on the body side. And then as a psychologist, trying to understand why people do what they do and the different variables that come in. That I'm a behaviorist, so I believe that stimuli is really the peak reasoning behind certain behaviors. I hate thinking, especially with kiddos, and thinking that they need to be put on, some kind of medicine or something. And there are cases where, imbalances do exist, but I'm a real big believer in your health and your physical health and well-being and mental health and psychological and spiritual health.
Exactly.
And those kind of things will
know.
lead to, a pretty well-rounded person and solving a lot of issues that people have.
Because I'm a true believer in, like, I don't believe much in vaccines. Like I don't care what the other people say, like what other people do. Like I don't say anyone vaccines are bad. I'm talking about what I think, right? I don't like. I've never gone political. I just don't care. This is not some like beliefs. I don't care like whatever anyone else does. But my idea of, like, I've been always growing that up like that. That you have to heal yourself basically. I mean, I'm gonna show you an example. I have this scar here, right? Um, I think I was like 12 or 13. I don't know. I think I took a knife from home, like a small one, and I started like chopping a stick or something in summertime. And I don't know how, but I just slashed myself. Like it went through and even cut my
Oh,
gums
jeez.
and stuff. But we had like this small plant in summertime. The small plant, it like grows everywhere. And I knew that if you put that on, it's gonna stop the bleeding. I put that on and just minded my own business. Like that, like I believe in stuff like that. And like your body should. We have like, we're so much pumped out with medicine and stuff that our bodies are like so weak now.
Yeah, I
Like
try to go
like
for holistic approaches as much as I can, man. Like
yeah.
I have this thing.
And,
I drink a V8 a day. That keeps the doctor away. I believe that you need to get your nutrients, your micros, your macros. You need to eat healthy. You need to release toxins from your body. You need to
exactly. You need
exercise.
vitamins. You need like you have to be moving. So and then the body heals itself. Like I'm a firm believer of that. Yeah.
100%, man. And so that's awesome that you've just done this out of like concern and desire, out of yourself and your interest. And I think that's just fascinating, that you would go to that stretch and for that many years and to even go into, developing your own course. I really hope that works out for you.
If you're something like you're really interested in, like it's some, I don't know why, but it's always been like that. Like I've just been so interested in like psychology and body language and
It's fascinating.
behavior and
It's
stuff.
fascinating. I went from
It's
business
easy.
school into psychology because I got so bored with crunching numbers. And you're actually, speaking of crunching numbers, you're a risk analysis for online sports betting. That's kind of what you do as a profession, right? What you've been doing it for 6 years, man. What's that like? Tell us a
At
little
least six,
idea.
yeah. But so it's kind of like hard to describe. It's just, oh, I'm a risk analyst for like online sports betting, but like nobody knows what it actually means.
I
But
see
I
you,
can,
Papa.
Papito. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you an example of like why is my job important. But unfortunately, it's important for the big companies and casinos, right? So um, we had a Canadian casino who basically we're offering like service that they're gonna pay us money and then we're gonna like keep an eye on everything like working like sports books likewise. And the main thing is that we're not gonna we're not dealing with like $10 guys who's betting $10 or something. We're dealing with the guys who are betting like 100,000s and 500,000 and millions and stuff. So there was a guy who was betting on NFL, right? And he just won, like, I think he put 500,000 in, and I think he won like 1.5 million in a month. And then like we had, okay, our job is to find out who this guy is. Turns out he's like a businessman from like whatever, somewhere. Like we saw immediately that there's most likely not gonna be any harm. But then we have like this monthly meeting with the owners, and they say, "Oh, who's this guy? Blah blah blah. He's winning too much." We said, "Okay, let us do our job. He's fine. Everything's fine." Like we saw his patterns. We looked into everything. That everything's fine. He's gonna start losing at one point. He was just so lucky. Especially he's betting on like high top tier sports. And then second month, he put 1 million in and won 2 million.
Holy smokes.
And then we had a second meeting with the owners, and then they said, "Okay, now it's getting serious." But we still saw, like, that's why like we do what we do. That's why people buy our like services. It's like what we saw that he's just so lucky. Like we do have like sharps and like really smart guys who are actually doing it for a living. But where we said, "Okay, trust us, give us 1 more month, and we'll see how it goes," right? And they gave us. They said that to limit this guy, like we can limit how much you can bet. But if you limit them, they're just gonna leave. They're gonna take all your money. They're gonna leave, and all money is gone forever.
You guys are
right?
upside down. You can't win it back.
No, but we said, give us 1 more month. The third month, this guy played all the winnings he had and plus 5 million. So the casino basically won 5 million
Holy
profit.
smokes.
Just because we said to keep this guy around.
So you guys do risk management for the actual company, not the bettor.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Interesting.
Because like, it sounds horrible, but I mean, I have to earn my living, right? But it sounds horrible, but nobody cares about the guy who's betting, basically. Like in a world like that, it's unfortunately
it's got to be ruthless.
But it's all about the big companies and big money.
So do you see what on average, how much money do you see like exchange? Is it?
Right now we have like I don't think a lot of people know, even the people who are in sports betting, that there's actually the biggest market in the world is Asia. And holy shit, how much money goes through that. We have a customer who's not even the biggest casino in like sports betting casino in China. We have 50 million euros daily turnover goes through our system. 50 million one day.
Smokes.
One day. And,
holy smokes. Thank you, Pop. Appreciate you, sir.
This is insane, actually. And yeah, so.
Holy smokes. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to get into it. I haven't had the money or the leeway kind of to do it. I mean, I guess the biggest risk I ever took was, playing with Doge and crypto a little bit, but and even that, it's just, to me, it seems just so crooked. I've always been like a hardworking person. If I got the money in my pocket, I'll buy it. If I don't, then I got to live without it, kind of thing. Never really been fortunate when it comes to money. I've always been, I'll buy something and shine it up, but sports betting is definitely taken off. I feel like everybody is, getting into it, and I hear more and more conversations about it. So it's interesting to see it on that. So do you think you're going to be doing that kind of your whole life, or is it, one of those careers that's?
I think so, because like it's so easy to like develop a career out of it. Like I can go in so many directions right now. I can keep doing the risk. I can climb on my like career. I can work for a casino basically. Right now I'm not working for a casino. We have like a separate company, like and sportsbook companies are buying our service. I can go work on a casino, basically on sports, like online. I can do the same work there, like they don't have to buy the service in, right?
Right.
But I have like quite a few job offerings, but yeah, so I would have to move to another country, and we know how delightful it is in Estonia.
The cookie fund is growing. I see you, Eric. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel. I think that's what, euros?
Thank you, Eric.
I'm still trying to figure out this international currency, man. It's wild. But I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you for supporting. I saw you, Papa, as well. Everybody else who's there, man. The A to Z, the chat has been popping. It's been flying. So we're happy to have you guys. So risk management as an occupation, lifelong athlete. You've done a whole lot of things. Your family's close, been in Estonia your whole life. You love the outdoors. We were talking earlier. You know, that's where you like to be the most. Is there any like particular outdoor activity you like the most? Is it just hiking or exploring the countryside?
Well, like disc golf is just like something like everything comes with it. We go like our tournaments like with our friends for like a weekend, like a week off in summer. We just taken like a cabin and like on a river and just then use different courses. We have our own course now. So I talked about like we basically built a course near my home, and then we're doing like competitions, tournaments. So we manage the course, like all that kind of related stuff. But everything comes with it, like camping, fishing, whatever it comes with it, basically. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we have like a, it's not my farm. It's like, but they're very close family. So we often, and it's only like 45 minutes away. So we go out there, we can bow, we can hunt, we can shoot our guns, we can fish, we can camp. Absolutely amazing. It's getting to that time. You know, I love riding my bikes. So wind therapy is rapidly approaching where I can get my bikes out and start to do that. Love being outdoors. So it's awesome to hear that another fellow outdoorsman. Do you guys do more outdoor stuff like that week where it's awake? Do you have trouble like sleeping during that time, or do you feel like it's a more productive time?
No, I think, well, it's so much more energy, right? Because your energy comes from sunlight and like
Yes.
light overall. And like I'm like I hate the winter is just it's dark. There's no energy. There's just everything's like always just like I mean it's just depressing basically. But in summer you wake up, sunlight, you basically go to sleep, or I mean like midnight, still sunlight, not sunlight, but it's just light outside. I absolutely love it. I think I would love it if it would be all year round like that.
I do like my hoodie weather. Shout out to my hoodie weather. I do like to wear my hoodies. I do like to bundle up sometimes, but I'm a warm person. You know, the cold bothers me.
Well,
Especially getting to this age, you know, after years and years of beating my body up in different sports. You know, I feel it in my knees, my elbows, my shoulders, but so the warm is kind to me for
I
sure.
I don't really mind the cold, but it's just the darkness that bothers me. It's
Gotcha.
annoying.
Yeah, I love the sun for sure. So let's get into it a little bit, man, about sim racing and kind of YouTubing and now that we know you a little bit better and we know kind of the story behind you, let's figure out why you got in the rig, how you got behind the wheel, kind of tell us, you know, when video games and Gran Turismo started for you and what you're doing here, man.
Yeah, so basically, I've been trying to do this. Like the whole idea was basically, I wanted to try WRC and rallying on a wheel, but I had a girlfriend like a few years back, and like I didn't have time for it. But then I thought, okay, we broke up, everything's fine, don't worry about it, we still get along. Everyone, calm down. I'm a nice guy. I don't have relationships where we go out with a bang, okay? And basically, when we broke up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a wheel now. I have time, and I thought, okay, that would be really cool. But I've always, like, not always, but past like from the lockdown, I started watching like streamers and stuff, but not just sim racing, but like Super GT, but other streams as well, whatever Warzone and stuff. But I always been like entertainer as well. Like I'm doing some acting when I was like teenager and stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna start streaming it as well. It would be like really cool, the first time ever, like starting with a wheel. So bought the Logitech G923 and started just doing it. Like I just thought, okay, I'm gonna go start streaming, and here I am.
You started out on the G923. We got the slideshow up here in a desk chair, you know, getting limited space. And then now you're sitting in I believe it's a GT Omega Prime cockpit, the light.
Yeah.
We have a Fanatec DD Pro with the CSL load cell pedals. You got the console. You just recently got the PC. You said that kind of changed your life. Tell us about this progress and kind of what you've gone through and why you've decided to to go down the sim racing money pit.
Everyone knows that if you start sim racing, like I didn't know that. Like I knew maybe I'm gonna upgrade right one day when I bought the Logitech. I couldn't wait for the first few months. I couldn't wait to get something else. like I enjoyed it a lot, but I knew okay. Then I started looking into it. Everyone said, "Oh, this is better, and this is so really good. Oh, this is really good," and I couldn't wait to just get something new. But everything, like everyone knows that if you're sim racing, it's just mad rabbit hole. It's just gonna start pumping money in it, and you at one point you don't even care if you're eating or not. You're just gonna start buying stuff. But my idea was like the whole time, like I told you that before, that everyone knows who knows me, like who's watching my streams. Every cent I get from YouTube, I put back into sim rig, whatever upgrades,
Oh, we're gonna
stream.
talk about it in deep.
I haven't taken a single cent out. So yeah, everything, every time YouTube pays me, I'm putting on a separate PayPal account, and there it is. Yeah.
You were saying that you've definitely you've been able to upgrade, and I hope that the community and the community's really helped me in some tough times, but the community's helped you kind of upgrade. We were talking about the your initial seat going through the Playtime Challenger Series seat, and we called that the motion rig, because I think you said you even attached the DD to the Playtime seat.
I mean, that's what made it motion rig. So holy crap.
So that's what I knew.
Rig.
That's what I knew. I needed something new, man. How's it been with this new rig?
I mean, I think this is I had like no issues, but this is, I think I've said it before when I got it, and I will still say it. I think this is the best piece of equipment, the whole thing all put together that I have. Like, because it's so versatile. I can do everything with it. I can attach my microphone, everything to it. Like it's just really good, like piece of equipment. And one thing, okay, now there's two things that there's one thing wrong with it, is the pedal plate. As they say in 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀, any known manufacturer pedals work with it. No, it doesn't. I had to drill so many holes in it. Holy crap. And the other thing is, although the seat is really comfy, right? But I would like the seat, like it's flat, like when I'm sitting. I would like it to be slightly like, so what my feet would like be, like knees would be like a bit higher. Like I would like sit more in a bucket, but I don't want a bucket seat, but I would like it to be a bit more like upwards.
Yeah,
it's just flat. That's something I would like to change. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Max Verstappen on his new the new
insane,
rig, and they're sitting like I was trying to tell Greasy about it. They're sitting back so that gravity is kind of taking all of that weight off your pelvis, because when you're sitting upright, all your weight is sitting directly on your pelvis, and then your legs are coming straight out. So what we need is to be able to lean that back so that your legs are actually sitting here and your knees are able to bend.
And take the pressure off your ass.
Yes.
Like actual ass. No joke. I'm going to tell you, I had a 24-hour stream, right? 24-hour Nordschleife. And I couldn't feel one of my ass cheeks, like upper ass cheek, for 3 days. No, actually, like there was like a numb spot there. And that was because of the seat, because I'm sitting on my ass. But I should not be sitting on my actual like ass. I should be sitting like there's no too much pressure on ass.
So one of the things that I've done to remedy, I used to sit on a pad, right? Because I thought the comfort would help me, but the comfort didn't help me either, because you still need the stability. So what I did is I took my lumbar cushion that I usually use, and it's kind of flattened out right now, that I usually was using behind my back, and I put it to prop up my legs, so that my knees are actually sitting up like this, and now I have that natural bend, so I'm not pushing straight on, because my legs were like straight. And I could lower my pedals, but I couldn't. And then even with the seat, like I tried, you can see here in the graphic how you have the seat is bolted down by 4 bolts and it's flat. So if you were to put any kind of spacers there, you're going to be putting pressure on the other bolts, and you're just going to end up snapping those, after a while, and they're just going to bend. So they do need to, I saw on the new rig where everything is kind of encased, the shell and everything, but he's sitting there and he's kind of laid back like this, looking at, and the TV's tilted. And initially I had the TV tilted too, and I did like the TV tilted at me, but I think it's really important. I've been watching Greasy, because Greasy just built a whole new rig, and his legs going bad, to the point where you're kind of like, dang, you feel kind of bad for him.
I was thinking the same thing of maybe like doing it like I'm sitting on more back, and then like bringing like raising everything basically, like my wheel like base and stuff. But the issue is that I would have to adjust everything, as you said, like tilting basically, and I would have to adjust the monitor,
Mhm.
camera, because it's gonna like watch on my stomach. Everything would be has to be changed. But I
Mhm.
would like, I think I would just need a new seat. That's it. Just a
But
new like
one of the ideas I
seat.
had was to possibly lift up. If you look at this graphic again, lift up the front side of the rig where the pedals are, so that I could just kind of change
Oh,
the
okay.
angle.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't have the monitor stands yet, but when I get monitor stands, and that'll be one of the things I think I really get into is having the triple monitors over the VR. But I do want the VR. But I think if I just angle my rig up like that, it'll probably help me a little bit. But you're right. I'll have to literally change everything because of the way I have it built up. It's tough, man. Sim racing is not easy. Shout
Yeah,
out to Cole
exactly.
Trickle, Brigsby, Nadim, Zilla, everybody that's hanging out. I see you guys.
Howdy.
I see you guys. Squeezy E in here, just online racing. What's up, JOR? Chris Wood.
Or
Everybody's in here. Ace R1. We got another real squad. Rush coming in. Those guys are awesome. Shout out to the real
Or
squad.
saying something about beer. I'll be right back. I need a beer.
Everybody, shout out to PupuJuku, man. Thank you guys for being in here. I appreciate you guys. I see you guys. Crawler, what's cracking, brother? Good to see you. I'm having a lot of fun. We're definitely covering all the basics. We're gonna get into the rig stuff. We're gonna get into simming. We have some throwback video of PupuJuku's 100 subscriber video. You guys see here on the stats. He's been streaming since September 2023, and he's over 2,000 subscribers. So he's back in the chair with what do you get there? A Carl with a K? That's your own beer,
Exactly.
right? That's your own
Yeah.
beverage.
Oh, the thing is that it's so interesting that this actually is. It's actually my second best favorite beer, and it has my name on it. No joke. And everyone says it's really good beer. So
That's pretty cool. I had a buddy who was like an amateur brewer, and it's a pretty cool science.
I'm an
It's some of the
amateur
science.
beer drinker.
I see you, big dog. I see you. Cheers to you, sir. Almost finished with my shake. Shout out to Misa for bringing me a shake midstream. So when it comes to this whole YouTube thing, you got behind the rig. I heard you had the girlfriend, that departure, which definitely opens up some time for video games. When did you decide that going live was going to be a thing? I was looking back at some of your old videos. You didn't even have a camera initially. You were just playing the game.
Well, when I did my first or second stream, I actually already had ordered everything, and that was just doing like the first few testing streams to see if everything's working, like on a controller. And I just got my, I think I was like very first stream or second stream I did on a controller. I had everything ordered, the wheel and everything, and I got my first ever A rating. And then basically the next day I got my wheel and stuff and set it up. So yeah, from that on, that's it.
I have
I decided to like start streaming as I thought, okay, I'm gonna buy a wheel, and I thought, okay, I have so much time now. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. And I have so much more money as well, and well, so much more. And then it just I decided I'm gonna start streaming as well and see what it is.
what's kind of been the as we get into this old video here, what's kind of been some of the biggest journey points for you as far as, you know, kind of equipment or things that, you know, you realize that were must-haves?
I mean, I had like as I said, this sim rig is just this is the best thing here. Like no joke. I can put everything. I can like you can even like I know 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 sells like their own like customized like things you can put on your rig, but I can just like go in a hardware store and like buy stuff that I need to do basically, like plates or whatever I can do. Like I can attach everything to here. I think this is the best thing ever. And I'm gonna give a shout out again, like every like supporter so far, because we had like insane like one stream when I was talking about when we had a motion rig, and there was one guy Vessel who donated 100 euros like super chat. And hold on, that's not it. And then there is a American supporter as well, who's Captain Toasty, who actually came up with another $100. And then vessel game with another 100. I even have a YouTube post about it a long time ago. And that was like I had a goal like the sim rig, but I was just the challenge was moving around, motion was moving around, and then we had like basically one stream and the goal was filled, and that's it. Like that this is the best moment I've ever had so far here.
Wow, shout out to those individuals, man. It's in I can't say anything like that has ever happened, but man, just grateful anytime anybody does come in, you know, because just as a hardworking man myself, I know that, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, and any act of kindness, you know, especially, you know, when it's monetized, you know, to any extent, it comes from time, you know, and time is something that we'll never get back. So whatever time you spent earning that to support me is
so as I said, I can't even I'm trying to emphasize that as much as I can. I'm not taking a cent because I'm not doing this for money. Like, it's the fact that I can upgrade my streaming and sim racing setup because people are supporting me like with donations and memberships. Like that means so much, and like I'm putting everything back to it, and like I need people to know that this is just something that is really important for me.
Well, I think the message is definitely clear, and you definitely you can hear it in your tone and kind of how you change in the seriousness, because you're oftentimes joking, but you know that stuff is definitely important to all of us, and it's humbling. You know, honestly, I know we talked about this earlier. I'm not big on, you know, talking about those kinds of things, or you know, the numbers, or you know, asking for likes or subs or stuff like that. I really just try to be myself, and you know, and just accept it for what it is. If you like hanging out with me, you like hanging out with me. If you don't, you don't. I'm not really gonna, you know, take it too much to heart either way. I mean, I focus on the positivity. I'm hyper focused on that, and I'm hyper focused on eliminating the negativity. So it's not that I don't let it affect me, because I do let the positive affect me, you know, and I appreciate every time someone comes through, and you know, whether I'm having a tough day. I've had some streams where I've had a tough day, you know, and just kind of been on because I'm trying to decompress or just kind of hang out with the community. And I was talking to Misa about it last night. Like, man, these people have really become important to me. So, you know, definitely shout outs. There's so many shout outs we can do, but shout out to you guys that were mentioned. And I want to get back into your video here, your first, your 100 subscribers, and kind of go back to kind of what this was like. We're looking, first things I kind of notice is if you compare the backgrounds right now, you've definitely gotten more savvy with the backgrounds. It looks good. You got the lighting right. I mean, you got.
I mean, this is the polar day, right? There's no nighttime. Then I think it's summertime.
Really? So you're streaming at night right here, huh?
No. I think it's daytime, but still, yeah.
So we have some audio that we can listen back to. Beer. You're getting a beer. Same beer. So we got the. It looks like you're on the Logitech back then too.
Look at me. Yeah, look at me. I sit like a
wrong account.
I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So tell me what kind of memories this brings back right now, and what that was like for your first 100 subs.
I mean, I didn't think I looked that cringe, but I look extremely cringe. But I mean, it's in a good way. I don't mind watching it. I like that these like stay on YouTube, right? If you stream on Twitch, they're not there. But I like that these stay there. Like, it's like, look at me. I don't know what's this? Who's that? What is that? Well, I absolutely love it. But the thing is, what I remembered when I had the what was the stream? I think it was 2000. No, I did a stream recently, or not too recently, but. I was 1 year of streaming, I think. 1 year of monetization or something like that. And then we were watching live some of these as well. When I was like first ever streamed with the wheel. I didn't know.
So I'm looking right now. I remember being this way, especially when I very first started, and kind of just not really knowing what I should do, if I should look at the camera or if I should look at the screen, or my camera's over here, and so my chat and stuff. So I've been able to kind of get everything centralized so that I didn't have this kind of like lost look. But I think we could all relate to this look right here of just kind of like, am I ready to go? Were you nervous back then getting on for the first times?
No, I don't get nervous on camera, but I think I'm more nervous of what's going to happen with the wheel and stuff. What am I gonna do there? then of course I forget to switch to the main screen, and yeah, there it starts. I think that's
Nice.
to this day I still forget. So yeah,
I went
look
to
at
a
me.
birthday
Oh,
party.
what a man! That.
Wait, what happened to Discord? Oh no, there it is. All right, I'm just so going back. Let's look at this right now.
Blast.
You have
A bit hungover right now, but
what are you racing right now? Are you? I think this is one of those moments where we forget that we're in our chat screen.
Yeah, as I was saying, like that still happens. I think every day. So
I
that,
do.
that's my
God-
trademark. Yeah.
Thank God for everybody who's able to kind of jump in and give us tips and hints, man. This YouTube thing is not easy. And
No, hold on. When I'm live, people don't say anything because they like that I am having difficulties. God damn it.
is that what it is? Is that what it is? People are like praying on the downfall, man.
But, okay, I remember that the first streams, people didn't like, were too afraid to say that something is off, right? But
Are
I need, like I've been saying this whole time, if anything is off, I hate if there's anything off. Just tell
Please
me,
let
I
me
don't
know.
take it as
Please let me
offensive.
know.
Yeah, but no, nobody said anything. I don't think anyone was actually watching, but there was someone watching. But
It
yeah,
looked like you had
to
some
this
chat
day,
activity.
To this day, if I have something wrong, nobody says anything. They wait for like 10 minutes. I can be muted. For
I
10
remember
minutes.
jumping into your stream one time, and I don't think you had any audio. And I was like,
Oh, that's
hey,
new.
hey, you got no audio, and you were like, I've been live for like an hour. No, man. So what would you say is kind of the difference now if you're going between this Pupu to this? I mean, you're obviously a D-rated driver right here. You said that you were an A-rated driver before you kind of got on the wheel on the controller already, so you had a little bit of experience. But I'm not seeing the playtime rig here. Are you attached to the desk and an office chair?
Yeah, exactly.
So going from the office chair to the challenge rig.
It was actually
Let's see what
it was
happens
an
now.
insane difference actually. It was so good.
What's the
Like
biggest
that.
difference between like the office chair to the rig?
Like everything is attached to the one thing, you know, like wheel, and you're attached to it's motion rig, but still, everything is attached to one thing, and
Main
you
goal
don't
is
have
to
to
stay
worry
on the
about
track.
like anything moving or anything.
And
So
not
it's
spin out.
it was so much better. Like anyone who's starting who doesn't have like a rig or anything, just you don't have much money. Just get the second-hand play seat challenge, and you're good to go.
I'm excited
If you have
to
like Logitech skills and
I'm excited to see right here kind of what your skill set goes at. So while we're chatting, we're gonna see how your performance was back then. You're starting off in the front of the field, so it looks like you're probably gonna smoke everybody, which is fun when you start
I'm
a
not
new
sure,
account.
but maybe I set the time with the controller. And I don't know.
Is this
No,
the first
I don't
time
think
on the
so.
wheel?
No, I don't know if it's the first one, but we were watching one stream that I was like practicing doing time trials.
You
with,
got that stare at it like that we have like when I didn't know my buttons at first, and it was like which button does this, and now now I'm clicking through, and it's funny because Misa will be on it. I'll be like, press the circle button. She was like, there's no circle. I was like, oh, the white one or the dark blue one or the light blue one.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, Gore said in the chat that off sync is my favorite. My audio doesn't go off sync anymore. I have a new PC, so shut it.
Yeah, so you got the new PC too. You said that streaming has been a lot better. I think we both started off on laptops too. That's the hardest part. Let's get into the community a little bit now that they're hanging out.
Someone sent it already. Turn one. God damn it.
Let's talk community, man. Let's talk a little bit of community. We were talking earlier about what it's like to have a channel and to be live.
Okay, hold on. I've definitely been like a long time, not a long time on a wheel, but I took almost full throttle the Rouge. So yeah.
So yeah, you don't look like this is the first day on wheel.
No. That has to be something.
You're
better.
cruising, and
I couldn't even like. I remember I couldn't even touch the throttle because I was spinning out every corner.
so are
It
we
was
doing?
far, so
We're
I
doing
don't know.
no gloves. We're doing barehanded. Do you race with gloves?
No, I hate gloves. I
He
don't
hates
understand
gloves.
I
We
don't
were
understand
watching
gloves.
Grove drive his controller with gloves last night. It was awesome.
Oh wait, what?
Well, he got challenged. I
Why?
think I forget who challenged him. I think it was 3 a.m.
Okay.
It was like, hey, do a lap on controller. So he jumped on the
Okay.
controller and he didn't take his gloves off. And so for like an hour, we're sitting here watching. We're like, wait, is he? And then everybody, the chat lit up because there's like 60, 70 people in there lit up about him playing with his controller with his gloves. which was awesome. So not a glove player. Is there? What do you think about folks who use gloves?
It's stupid. I have nothing else to say. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. It looks stupid. I don't. Okay, so okay. There's a slight difference. I sometimes understand because I have this new wheel, right? The McLaren one. So this actually has so much more grip, and I'm like bruising my thumb a bit. But I have like I have like accessories for that. I just put this on, like small thing. I put this on and it doesn't hurt my thumb anymore.
What is that?
I just started like biting that, and just to put it on. It's like a bat, like a,
my thumbs
like a
are
muscle bandage.
calloused to heck right here at these 2 points because I used, you know, when you're on this F1 wheel, you're constantly using your thumbs. So you actually have thumb protectors. Where do you get thumb
sometimes,
protectors?
Not every time. That's not related to sim racing. That's like something I just found in a store.
Oh, I thought you were an affiliate for that too. I know you.
No,
I know you're a Fanatec affiliate, but
no, but I think okay. So the gloves, I've seen some people use it. Like what are that? Like something like big gloves. Like they're not even like okay. I slightly understand if they're like close to your hand, like small gloves, right? It's just like protecting you, basically like gym gloves, you know, like it look like gym gloves. That I can sometimes understand if the actual wheel is hurting them. But if they're wearing, I don't remember. I saw someone who was wearing like these big, like they look like a welder's gloves or something. Just so stupid. I don't understand.
Grove calls his oven mitts. I know Sam Squash Greasy has some that kind of go up to here too, man. I like them because I ride bikes, right? And when you ride your bike,
yeah, I understand that.
You ride your motorcycle without your gloves, you know, you understand that the grips, you know, it wears off onto your hands. You destroy your grips because your hands, the oils and everything, the sweat, nastiness. So I had the same thing. So I don't know if you can see, but I have my wheel wrapped in freaking athletic tape because, partially because I'm cheap and I didn't get like the right tape. But I tore up the 𝙃𝙼𝙑𝙀 with my hands completely, so I was wearing through it, and then
I understand it because there's so much grip with my wheel as well.
And it does feel like there's a little more grip. It feels like
grip than my
It feels like my hands kind of sit on, and again the immersion a little bit. You know, it's that one extra piece. We go through so much extent to get the wheel, to get the seat, to have all this race like, you know, attire. You know, I guess even I've seen guys who are in racing shoes, and I get the racing shoes too because your feet do take a pounding.
Yeah, so I actually understand the racing shoes because of the pedals. Because I've been thinking of using shoes in the summer. I can't do it in winter. It's weird, but like I have these so I feel like it's more like especially load cell pedals with the CSL load cell kit. They're so stiff. I feel like if I like race like 4 hours. Actually feels like my left foot's taking a pounding, like it's really sore. So yeah, I have to like pound it really hard. So that's what I've been thinking about. I think I need the feel, but I think it get used to the wearing shoes, but nothing like not big shoes, but there's something. And I need the shoes to be slippy as well, right?
Yeah, so I use wrestling shoes, and they have like a nice slip, but I saw the racing shoes, they were like you know, like the Ferrari ones and stuff. I think Iris wears some good ones. I've seen some other guys wear them. So, I mean, to me, they just look like these. They're very flexible. They have slip where you want slip. And I don't know, like in wrestling, you want to be able to kind of slide on a certain part of your foot and grip on the outside of your foot. So they work well for me. I think the wrestling shoes have worked well. I do like my gloves because it tears my hands up. It started with blisters and then it went to calluses.
Hey, nothing you can do. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't even understand. I sweat a lot. Like I'm a really sweaty guy, but my hands don't sweat. I don't know why, but it's just I don't have that issue. But sometimes like there's only a left thumb as well. It like for some reason it like stretches it out or something. So yeah, that's the only thing I have.
And do you run on a circle wheel, or are you on a F1 style? You have both, right?
McLaren.
The McLaren.
Yeah, I have both. Yeah, McLaren. Yeah.
Man, I like that McLaren wheel. It seems like it's just beefier, and it has a little bit more. It kind of instead of being here, it's a little bit more here. I like that, and I like graphics on it look good. The shifters look awesome. I can't, I can't down the F1 wheel. It's nice. That's for sure. And making that upgrade from the CSL to this was by far the coolest thing. What was it like going from Logitech to DD?
I mean, first it was like, what the fuck is that? Sorry, but I mean, like, I thought it's broken because Logitech G923 has this thing called True Force, right?
Right.
And you can feel every single thing, but actually you shouldn't be feeling every single thing. It's like more realistic thing, because like you feel every curve like in like extends way, like it's too harsh actually. But when I started this with a DD Pro, I went over the curves. I didn't feel anything. I thought I didn't feel anything. It felt so weird. I thought it was broken actually. Like for the whole stream, like I was asking like help and everything for who has this wheel, and turns out it's actually it is like that. But when I get used to it, like week or 2 weeks after, then you can actually feel. If I would go back to like Logitech wheel right now, it's like I wouldn't want it. But like back then, I thought, okay, I don't know, maybe I'm going back to Logitech because I couldn't feel the curves. That was so important for me. But you can actually feel the curves after the updates as well, of course. But it's better now. But one main thing that is just so much better the Fanatec wheel is the direct drive wheel is the responsiveness. Like if you're on a Logitech and you've never driven with a Fanatec or something like direct drive, you don't know that there's a delay. Like
Right.
when you're turning the wheel or anything, but there's actually a delay. And
Yeah, there's like the weight shifts.
Yeah, exactly. When I went back to, or when I got the Fanatec TD, I first thing is, oh, that's like so responsive. Like every single move I do, it's reacting immediately. It's so good. It felt so good. It felt so clean. No, like not too much like information. It was just really good. But the only thing was, I couldn't feel the curves. That was so weird. I don't know. But right now it's like.
I remember the first time I felt like, the first time I forgot to adjust the settings. I didn't realize. So this is the DD1. It's got 20 Newton meters, and I didn't realize like I didn't realize what that felt like. And I'm a tough dude, but when it finally like whoosh, just threw my wrist over and I think the first time I experienced the true force of this was I forgot what I had done. I think I went over to ACC, and all the settings, the settings weren't adjusted there, and the gain was all the way up. It was on 100, and oh my gosh, the first wreck was violent. And then I have a video, like the first one, of just kind of trying to drive and the speed wobble being just uncontrollable. So, but the coolest feeling for me was being able to feel the weight of the car shift. And I think that was one of the really cool elements to direct drive that I didn't even know existed. And that was
the main thing. Yeah, exactly. From Logitech as well. Like Logitech, you just like you have this like a belt driven thing, right? And it's heavy, but it's like the motor makes it heavy basically as you turn it. But with a direct drive, it goes heavy because you're in a corner. It has to go heavy. Right?
Yeah.
Like it registers that, but just belt driven is just like it goes heavy because you're turning.
Definitely a huge game changer. I think anybody who's into sim racing needs to understand that eventually, you need to get into that direct drive and to save up for that. I think your most important piece of equipment, like you said, is the rig that you're sitting in, especially for your body, to be able to make those adjustments.
Even if it's Logitech, like I think the first thing should be a rig.
Yeah. And then add on to that, because there's guys who are A+, and I think there's even some S's on controller, but there's guys who are A+ that run that G29, and it's
exactly.
And I think that gives you the accuracy you need to drive for sure. Anything a little bit lower than that, I was on the GT300 for a little bit, and that's kind of a lower grade wheel, but it was a lot of fun. And then the CSL Elite with the band drive, whatever it was, that was pretty cool, but nothing like the direct drive. And with that being said, I mean, now you are an A+ driver, I believe. You're really hard to catch. I've seen you on the track once or twice. I've only been able to kind of get into a lobby maybe once with you, but watching you, it seems like you're pretty natural. Is there anything that you're like looking forward in Grand Turismo? Is it there? I know the Evo came out, but are you like competing in the Manus or the national cups, or doing any of that stuff?
Well, Okay, A plus. Okay, shut it, guys. Shut it. Anyways, no, it's for me. I've actually said it in my streams as well that I don't find the issue is that I don't find excitement in A plus lobbies. That's why I'm not doing that very often anymore. Because if I want, like, I would like to do my A plus account against fast guys, but the issue comes that races are boring. Like you're doing you have a pit stop, but you don't have to do anything there. Just drive through. It's really boring. Hard tires, 11 laps. Like what is that? It's just boring. It's really boring to do like actual good racing, and that's why I'm doing like lower accounts. Maybe get some good racing like overtakes and stuff, and then I make mistakes. But I don't have to sweat that hard. But when I go with my A plus account into these like boring races, I'm not having fun. We
This
need we need. I don't care about even the manufacturers cup. I was looking. Okay, what's the manufacturers coming in? Okay, first race was fun. Maybe I was asked, and my car was asked, but I was we have more races coming up. I can't do the Daytona today, but we have like Interlagos. Then I looked into it. Interlagos last event is 13 laps, hard tires, and no pit stop anything. One time tires. Like what is that? It's the manufacturers cup.
it's
It's
tough.
so boring. It's 13 laps in Interlagos. Like it's
Yeah.
so boring. Okay, we have a Spa race. It's gonna be raining, but that's one exciting race. But it's manufacturer cup. Even that we can't get these like good racing, and that's the issue. I think that's why I don't like. I can't even get faster that way because right now I'm staying still on basically one on my own like pace because if I want to get faster, I have to like start learning. Like if I'm gonna do more races in A plus lobbies, I have to start watching replays. I have to start watching races. I have to start like really focusing and like can't basically like yap. But if the race itself is boring, I can't do that. It's I don't find it exciting for me, and that's why I barely do A plus races anymore.
So do you have like a regiment that you do to get prepared for a race? I know that in the big I built my foundation of my channel doing like 8-hour qualifyings because I was
No,
really
no.
just trying to teach myself. But now
Kalle Rovanperä.
that's
Yeah,
the
let's go.
regiment. That's the regiment. He
Yeah.
just gets in and go, man. A little slap and he's ready to go. I have
That's a world's best rally driver, WRC driver, Kalle Rovanperä. He's doing before every stage. He does the exact same thing. Few claps, gets warmed up, and he's
a little tradition.
slapping the
Get
face.
the wrist
and then he
right.
goes,
Yeah. You get the Conor McGregor going.
Exactly the same. Always 3 claps, always 2 pumps in the face, always 4 Ds, and then goes. You know what? He was asked a question. Fun fact: Kalle Rovanperä has a car number 69. No, yeah. So he was asked like, why did you put this number? Like, why did you pick this number exactly? So well, it's easy. Like everyone's thinking, oh, it's 69, right? A young guy. No, because if you're upside down in a rally car, you can still see the correct number, 69.
Rallying's wild, man. That's a different type of racing. Even in real life, I mean, that's just a different level of danger.
My favorite sports of all time. Like there's not even close.
It's crazy.
Unfortunately, I'm too ass myself, so yeah, I can't do it myself. But,
Do you ever have any like ambitions to race a real car?
Yep, definitely. But we don't have like much going on in Estonia. We have basically one GT track, and that's it. But it's a small one, and it's boring. But you can rent a car there and go around. But yeah, I don't think it's the real thing.
That's cool. So it's going to be behind the wheel, right here on the rig, in the safety of your own home, pretty much.
But I would really like to like do something like that. But I would have to like that would be like a trip to somewhere, or like have like actual like set it up or everything.
Yeah.
But that costs so much money that.
How many people in chat actually have ambition to be a real sim racer? I definitely like to, or a real racer. I'd like to know that. Do any of you guys have like the little Miata? I know the guy that I bought my rig off of, he had like 3 Miatas and he was like a real racer. He used this because, you know, he was like actually learning tracks and stuff like that. And I know there's a lot of cool sim racers out there. And some people say that GT is simcade. ACC is a little bit more genuine to sim. They have iRacing and a couple of the others. I mean, what do you think? Is GT giving you that real, genuine race feel, or do you need something more?
No, Gran Turismo is too easy. Like I've been saying from the beginning, it's too easy. I like how it feels. It's like it feels really good, right, when driving, but it's actually too easy. Like you don't there's no like you don't lose anything if you crash. Uh, Besides DR that nobody cares about, and it's too easy to drive, I think. But the feel should be the same, but it should be a bit more difficult to drive. But no, but like what I'm saying, it would be better for me. But I actually think that this is better for the game overall. That it's that easy because it's so easy to jump in, no setups, anything, just jump in, and you have an amazing feeling with racing. So
Right.
I think that's a good thing for like an arcade game.
I think I mean, that's why GT is so popular. The platform
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the platform is built for everybody, you know, and for everybody kind of, you know, you have your hobbyists, and then you have people who are really serious, and it gives you that competitive edge because there is a plethora of just really insanely fast guys who do know the tracks, and you have real racers who are on there, and it's really cool to see, you know, guys like Super and
I'm actually waiting a lot Assetto Corsa Evo because, as I said, I didn't like get the good feeling with ACC. But that's like the middle ground I want to be like it's the more like hardcore racing, but it's not like racing hardcore. But I want something more serious than Gran Turismo, right? But I couldn't just. Always I felt like I was floating on track. I wasn't like connected to the track. But now the AC Evo, as like you can't do much, but you can still like race cars there and drive cars. It feels amazing. It feels a lot better than ACC, and actually can't wait for this game to come out fully and like have multiplayer and stuff. So I
yeah,
think that's the way to go. Yeah.
it looks cool. I'm excited to see what Gran Turismo does in the next variation.
Yeah, they have to do something. Yeah.
There's some, I think the penalty system, in my opinion, is just it's an inconvenience
I
in a lot of ways. Just because I
I
like the
think we need
ACC's penalty system.
I think we need a separate sport mode. Like it should not be like I don't even know how to explain it, but I think it should be like it's what Dio just said. GT Sport 2 next.
Mm.
I would actually like something like that, but I would like them to be two games, like sport mode, different game from Gran Turismo itself.
And
Like
what
you
kind?
can still have like a excellent like story mode and everything, like building your
Right.
like garage and stuff, but sport mode, like a different thing. That's a dedicated team working on sport mode. Like it's a different, like a bit more serious. So you can have both. You can have arcadey things in like the main, and then you have a sport thing. Like I think that's the main thing we should go for.
And what kind of so for me, I don't even know what that like the difference would be. What kind of things would be reserved for sport mode versus, you know, kind of what we have now?
Right now, you're just going to click the sport mode right on Gran Turismo page.
Right.
But take that away from the main game and put this as a separate game, or at least make it like a more serious thing. Like it's slightly more serious, longer races, more to it, and a separate team working on it. Because right now there's a all one team working on it. There's just slightly attention to one thing, slightly attention to offline, slightly attention to online, and then there's like actually like no updates actually. Like they're giving us Suzuki Jimneys 3 versions and that's it.
So
And
in
but
the
you can
old
do the
game, was there
tunings and
more?
stuff in the well, no, the last one was GT Sports, right? That was only a sport mode basically. But there was lacking this like story and stuff. But you can still build your like
Right.
garage and stuff.
Yeah, I remember playing like
Yeah,
GT Sport on the controller, and that's, I mean, it was just always kind of just sitting there. I mean, I guess in times where I was being a little bit more serious when I got done playing, you know, Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty or Madden. I mean, I started off as a Madden head, but I don't like the Madden community. I don't dislike it, but I don't like the toxicity. I think there's kind of a class, you know, when it comes to sim racing. I think there's a certain class you got to have and an etiquette you got to have, or you get pushed out really quickly. You know, I know we've seen some of the channels that are banking on showing, you know, the negativity on the side. And I'll be honest, like I thought that I was going to have a really good short with like my punt of the year, but it didn't do well. But my shorts on like my progress or things that I'm doing well, they do a lot better. So I think I don't know if I'm all for, banking on, kind of showing the mistakes and the negative racing out there. I think the niche is small, and I think it is a smaller community. I know GT struggles with some of the, the more negative racing, but for the most part, it's very subtle. But I think for the most part, people are aspiring to be, to have good sportsmanship.
I have this same video series, Murders of the Week, right?
Yeah.
And I highlight like these, like mostly I'm trying to get like the murders because it's called Murders of the Week, but I'm adding it to I'm adding there like a funny like storyline. I'm trying to always like make the names funny, make it like something like give it a storyline, like so people would actually laugh at it rather than get angry. Of course, a lot of people get angry, but the thing is that I think people take things too seriously, and then they start like getting too far with these things. And if people would take things a bit more lightly, then I think there would be less actually less punting and like bad driving as well, like dirty driving.
Yeah, we've got a lot of comments on your sit down comedian. I think you do a really good job of taking things light, not so serious. And even on the murders of the week, it's got a funny spin to it rather than a critique spin. Like exactly. I'm not looking down on you. This is a funny moment because it happens.
Saying like, oh, you're highlighting dirty driving. I am, but the idea behind it is shaming them, like shaming the dirty driving, not giving them screen time or something. Like people misunderstand that. And I think a lot of people are getting shamed for it. Like if you're being dirty and you're getting in the video, then, and yeah, exactly, you're being shamed, not like giving like time, like highlight. You're getting a fame. You're getting a bad fame.
Yeah. That's a big topic that we deal with. You get guys, especially when you hold that YouTube badge and we put it on our cars or we put it in our name and stuff, and we're racing. I mean, have you experienced, where guys are coming into your race just to sabotage your stream or try to get some of that screen time?
I was just about to say that, like, I don't think anyone's been like doing it like in a bad sense. Like, I have like my main people coming into my races, but that's just like for fun. Like nobody's like doing anything bad. We're usually bump drafting and starting from the back and stuff. But the main thing is that I was actually worried that at one point people are trying to get into my races, and if they see me in a race and if they recognize me, like it might sound a bit like egoistic, but like I do have like mostly like an average of 2,000 views on these videos. So if people like recognize me, and then if they start punting on purpose, like if they see me in a race, and maybe I'm gonna get into a video. But so regards that, I have actually some news as well. That's gonna be in the next video intro as well tomorrow. So 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀, right? Everyone knows 𝙃𝘼𝙑.
Yeah, so that's a big topic right now.
That's a similar
𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀
like series. Like I think 𝙃𝘼𝙑 is right, in a sense that 𝙃𝘼 said, I'm not gonna start talking about topic anything. I'm just saying that like 𝙃𝘼 said, if you take the names away and if you just look at the incidents, it's bad. Just don't do that.
Right.
I don't care who it is. Like this is bad. So,
yeah,
and I don't care what happened last race. It's just stop. Like I'm not defending 𝙃𝘼𝙑. I'm not blaming 𝙃𝘼𝙑. I like the guy, like in a sense, but like I'm not, like people are starting defending him. I'm not defending anyone. I'm not defending 𝙃𝘼𝙑. I'm not defending 𝙃𝘼𝙑. I'm not blaming anyone. But if you take the names away, if you take away the explanation behind it, because most of the time people don't know each other.
Right.
And if you take that away, and if you look at that situation, it's really bad. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. It doesn't matter what happened last race.
Yeah.
So that being said, like let's move on. I talked to 𝙃𝘼𝙑 actually. Like he's been saying a lot that he has connections. He does have connections in PD. And I actually contacted 𝙃𝘼𝙑 in Discord. And I asked that if, I said, I have a similar series. And he said, oh, I know you. Like he already knew who I was.
That's always cool to hear that you're known by one of those guys.
I mean, I have more famous friends like SuperGT and stuff. Who says, SuperGT says that I'm his favorite YouTuber on the entire platform. So I don't know. It's just, anyways. I asked if I could, I have a similar series. I go through all my replays, and if someone submits their own modes, I go through all the race, not just the moment they say. I go through all the race every time. Nadim, let me finish. This guy, Nadia, is just so negative, Nancy. Negative, Nadia. Anyways, I asked if I could submit my own like reports to Disney, and he said yes. We had quite a long talk. He had a long reply to me. He said that he's reporting only the actual who deserve this reporting, and we had the same guy in one of my videos, recent ones, and one of his videos, the latest one, the skills guy, whatever. He's an A+ lobby, actually. Right. A+ lobby in my Nations Cup race. And he started even talking like trash in a pre-race, like in game chat, started calling people out like plebe lobby and stuff. I knew it's gonna be weird, and he just started randomly taking people out on track, like just absolutely random. Nobody did anything to him. Like I have full replay, everything, and he was in a Disney video as well. And this is the guy who needs to get reported, right? And Disney said is himself that he doesn't get feedback who's gonna get. Basically, who's going to get banned or anything. But he said that 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 has been banned 3 times. Everyone knows who Kimi is.
Yeah.
And that I think the 4th time that 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 came back, PD actually said to Disney that they're actively looking for this guy.
Oh, wow.
No joke. Then why would Disney lie about that?
Yeah,
and
no, wow.
He doesn't get like feedback who's getting banned, but they are actively like accepting reports from Disney.
Right.
So
yeah, I think
why would he lie about that?
I think it's hard to play judge and jury if you're not in the moment. It's easy for us to highlight, moments that happen. I think I've been a little bit better at when I highlight videos that maybe have some questionable racing, if I just eliminate the name, and some people they take accountability for the actions. I really respect 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 as well. I think he's obviously, amazingly talented, and he's really good at what he does. 𝙃𝘼𝙂 is one of the most savage drivers I've ever seen. His skill level is through the roof.
I don't say bad. I don't mean it. I kind of like what 𝙃𝘂 does, but
yeah. No, and
to a degree, right?
I know
there's a line to it.
I know, just speaking with 𝙃𝘂 personally, just offline, that he's never trying to start nothing, but he's
I know that.
But he won't look away, and I think all of us know when we're racing in a race with 𝙃𝘂, he's going to do his thing. He's trying to meet his challenge, going back to front, and that's when you get that good, you got to learn to scratch your own itch, and if you're it's sometimes just leading from the front and blasting past people is one thing, but I really think that having the comedic spin that you put on it and making things funny and kind of lighthearted is definitely the route to go. And I think if you want to eliminate controversy altogether, you make light of it, you have some fun, you know what I mean? Like I don't have the luxury in life and I never have of kind of, liking one person because, over the next, or not liking one person because someone doesn't like them. I'm just a kind of an everybody love everybody guy. And if you treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. So I hope that
I'm the same guy, but I hate everyone. It's so much easier.
It's easier to just not have no friends. The more friends you got, and that's a management thing that we deal with as hosts of these communities.
Me above everyone else. Well, that might sound stupid, but it actually makes sense if I explain it. Like it's the same in sports. I want to win. I'm so competitive. I want to win. It's the same in work as well. I want to win so bad. I want to be better than this guy in
I know, man. I'm so competitive.
But I don't want this guy to be bad.
Yeah,
I want.
No, dude, if 𝙃𝘂 were to get banned,
to be really good, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't mean about 𝙃𝘂. I just mean like overall.
Yeah,
I like 𝙃𝘂. I'm not blaming him. I like what he does, but there's a line to it as well. So
yeah, and I talk to like Papa's House of Games a lot, and he's someone that I really really respect because he manages.
I absolutely
because he manages a huge team. We're like 76 members now. I'm really honored to be a part of the A team. Actually, we got several different tiers of it, but there's so many. There's the bigger you get, and as your channel grows, and I try not to focus on the numbers, but as your channel grows, that same energy that you put out in the beginning. We were talking about this earlier, when you go in, you jump in, you say hi to folks, and you try to carry on these conversations with communities and stuff, and you kind of get that back into your community. So I think it's the same energy. If you don't engage in that stuff, even though it's occurring, and even though you're watching it, you kind of watch the even the 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 SRT feud thing that's going on. It's all content, you know what I mean? And this is all
Do you mean the guys SRT or what?
oh yeah, you don't know the what is it, 𝙃𝘼𝙑𝙀 and like the guy SRT guy that's
no, I mean I know. I was just
oh
asking
yeah
if to confirm. No, I know. We would have been saying this a lot, but like I had nothing against Key. I don't like. I'm not loving him, but I don't watch him. I don't enjoy watching him. But I don't like the guys SRT videos. We've been talking about this as well. The videos are so bad that they are good. They're like it seems like they're made bad on purpose, but
yeah
the videos are so good. It's just you have to watch it.
yeah. I
It's
respect the genius behind all these guys that come up with
Yeah.
cool content. Like even guys SRT, I mean, the videos are funny. Do I like Key? Yes or no? I mean, I won't comment. I mean, I've people have seen I've been a big fan of him, and I mean, I will give him the respect that he deserves, and that he is one of the fastest sim racers around. He is insanely quick. His skill level is through the roof, and I'm sure it's tough, trying to maintain that kind of stress level. So I take everything with a grain of salt, but just watching the videos when they come out, because it's funny content. Even when Hako has his rants, I was telling him the other day, I said the video was good in your explanation. I said I think he dropped like 86 F-bombs, but but
imagine how small actually Grand Turismo community is, like in a sense of streaming and content creation, because everyone knows everyone somehow.
oh yeah,
Everyone knows like Key and then Hawk and imagine then there's drama. And that's blown out of the water because the community is so small and everyone's just hyping it like drama and stuff. Exactly the same thing with Disney right now. Is there's if the community was slightly bigger, nobody would know about this. Nobody would care.
It's a small community, and I come from like the MMA world and wrestling, where you see these guys on TV and stuff, but I mean, we train with these guys. I mean, these gyms are very localized, and they're not big gyms. I mean, you go into New Mexico, there's only one or two major gyms to train with, and you're going to run across John Jones, and you're going to come into Phoenix, you're going to be with Ryan Baird, Benson Henderson. These are guys from back in my day, but it's the same kind of thing in the sim world. It's hard to go anywhere without running into an overlapping community. And I think the way that I try to be different is that, I'm not going to hold any negative grudge against anybody. I have this saying that I don't allow people to hold real estate in my head, that it's just not something that I do. And then when I have like even my last couple of guests, you have guys like I have at Lead Pencil Racing, who's my last guest, and he's he's an elder in the Christian church, and he's just an amazing family man and all this stuff. And then I have Jester before, who's just he's a hot topic. He goes on these awesome rants, but I love them both because I respect who they are as individuals, and I don't ever try to take any pride on tearing anybody else down, but I'll watch it. I mean, the content is good. It exists. I mean, so it's going to be out there.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's funny. I mean, of course I watch it. But the thing is that have you like everyone's noticed how many, holy crap, how many new up and coming Grand Turismo streamers there are. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's like mushrooms after rain or something. It's insane. But everyone missed their mark. And now there's just overflowing it. There's just so much. And now the thing is that everyone sees, okay, there's Rory, these guys are just sitting there racing and they're like, wow, they're getting so much views, so many subscribers, blah, blah, blah. But now that these guys already exist, okay, the guys who just sit there and then race and they have all this community and like many subscribers, blah, blah, blah. But you have to be different now. You have to do something different. That you can't just sit there and just be yourself. Or you be yourself, but you have to be a character. You have to be something different. You can't be just another Rory or another Key or okay, maybe two Keys is actually entertaining, but you can't.
Two Keys don't make it right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm trying to like. I'm not saying bad things about new new streamers or whatever YouTubing thing, Grand Turismo. But I'm not saying like they're doing anything wrong, but like now I'm thinking, okay, what can I do different? I already am different, okay? But the thing is that the personality I have,
Yes,
a lot of
Papa.
people don't like me, and yes, Papita, we're just talking about that.
Papa
I
earned
absolutely
that.
love you.
Papa's day was earned.
And then like and like I am already different, but there's like I've said it before. Like I'm the kind of guy. If you open my stream, and then like I'm like a train wreck. It's horrible, but you can't turn away either. Like you have to watch it. So that's why a lot of people are watching me. They don't want to say anything. They don't want people to know they're watching.
We all
But
gotta
people are
find our own
watching.
lane.
And then but I'm not a likable person because like I'm not a bad person, but I'm not likable either. But I'm different, and I know that I can succeed if I like do long enough what I'm doing. And but then there's like 200 of these people who are actually absolutely normal and everyone likes them. But if everyone likes you, at one point nobody likes you because it's just that's how humans work.
Well,
And
there's
then at
some
one
folks out
point,
there that like that nobody likes them.
and then at one point they're just gonna vanish, and then there's gonna be Grand Turismo 8, and then there's me still doing it. 12 viewers, and
that's
going strong.
There's definitely I remember when I first got here, there was, you got guys who were just like, he won't be around, and it's interesting because you do see ones that pop up, you see the ones that fade out. And I mean, I'm still very new to this. I mean, this is like 9 months or so that I've been around, and I think that it was a goal from the beginning to find out why I'm here. And my mission initially was just trying to be positive and trying to get to know people and just kind of paving the way for my own kiddos because they're getting involved in social media and stuff. And I wanted to have a foot in the game, a little bit of experience so that at least I could lead them, and one thing I've learned is you do have to find why you're relevant, and I think for
exactly.
VKG, I think the mask that I wear when I sit in this chair, it has to, like we said, you have to learn to be transparent. And I think if you're trying to be something you're not, it's going to eventually, it's going to break, it's going to slip, somebody's going to trigger you, some topic that you can't manage is going to come up, or just community members are going to test you because they always do. But being able to be a community host is an art form in itself, and being able to kind of, even when we talk about these tough topics and, and the comments come in and I see you guys, it's okay to have disagreements. One of the reasons that me and Jester get along so well is because we've had our disagreements, but nobody's ever taken like personal offense to it. Because at the end of the day, guys, I mean, we're here on a social media platform where all we have is our voice and our words. We don't really get to, give somebody a hug. You can't give somebody a handshake. You can't. And again, you don't know me. You don't know when I turn off this screen, what's behind this wall and the family that I got to go take care of and the job and career that I have to do. So behind the wheel, I hope, is being able to kind of merge communities and help us understand that like they're real people, and real people can have disagreements and coexist at the same time. It doesn't have to be, because you watch this channel, you got to watch this channel, or because you don't watch this channel, you don't want to watch this channel. And I hate that happens.
Rory just did 200,000. I was watching him when there was less.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
Exactly, but like he was extremely lucky
for real?
as well.
Eddie,
but
wow.
No, I'm not trying to take anything away like from Rory. No, like, excellent.
Sparks is a legend.
He's doing is great, but he was just he's been saying this himself as well, that he was extremely lucky that the time he was starting gaining subscribers was the time of Grand Turismo 7, and it just popped off. Like there wasn't enough channels. And now everyone, how long's been Gran Turismo 7 out? And now everyone's starting to make channels. Like, come on, guys, you're late. Even I was late. I had a girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
It's also because the channel is actually, I've gotten, it's really cool because my relationship with Rory has kind of developed from just a fan, to being an interested viewer to, it's cool because I jump in and we have a little dialogue that happens, and it's really awesome when you achieve that with somebody. And I'm assuming it's hard. You got 1,000 people that are watching, but to hear him shout out, hey, your podcast is awesome. You're doing a Misa with the 5 gifted. Love you. Appreciate you.
Misa. Misa and Misa.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So if you guys want to see a little bit of behind the life of me, go check out me said
Absolutely.
Mister.
Mad. It's not the mad lad. It's mad ladette.
We got look at all the new members that we got. We got Learning New
Where's
Horizons,
my
Eric B,
membership? Hold on. Whoa,
Red
whoa,
Fox, Stumpy.
whoa. Where's my membership? Hold on.
We're giving out memberships, y'all.
God damn it. I'm off.
But I think it's really cool, you know, when you do kind of get that peer clout, you know, when people see you as a peer, you know, and you a lot of terms thrown out, like you get the legend term, you know, it's like, oh, you jump into a chat and people recognize you and stuff. But being able to host your community and to be able to keep that momentum going, there's an art form to it. And I think everybody does it a little bit different. Me and you were talking about how important it is to have a positive community and kind of what your community means to you. What's been the, like, since you've kind of grown to this level, what's kind of the biggest challenges that you go through with being a community host, and how do you keep in contact with your community?
Well, the main thing is actually it's so a lot of people don't know that I'm actually putting on a show, okay? Well, and what I mean by that is like I'm not every day like yapping and screaming and laughing and you know I'm a normal person, but like I'm actually like this is like taking so much energy to stream. And sometimes just I'm absolutely exhausted after 2-3 days of streaming, especially in wintertime when there's no daylight. I'm tired anyways. So it's energy, and every time I put out the stream, like I need to entertain people. Like that's I've been doing acting when I was like a teenager. And I just something I need to, but I get energy from people reacting to my entertainment, and that's how I'm getting energy, and that's how like I keep going. And there's one thing I don't think people who are in the chat right now is watching me like regularly. There's one thing that actually like is absolutely mental is how somehow from my name has become like a meme starter. Like everything Pupu. I don't think you guys know how much that means or how much that has effect on everything we do here. Like Pupu flag, like everything Pupu, like everything you say, everything you do is like you put Pupu in there and there it is, right? And I think that's the main thing that like keeps us going. Like that's absolutely like the like everything you say or something happens, it's like, oh, that's a I don't know, Pupu films. Like we have like everything comes up like
The
that.
Poople bot. I heard so
Poople bot,
much. Yeah, everything. As soon as
Poople crew,
soon as the announcement went live, it was nonstop poo this, poo that, and that's that search engine optimization. I'm starting to see it's really cool because I'll sign into a different computer to go look for my channel and just random. I was with my residents. Shout out to my boys if they're watching. But I was just hopping in and I typed in like Viking. And it was like, boom, Viking King Gaming. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, you know, it's popping up real quick. I'm starting to, in the beginning, I'd have to look for it and try to scroll through some other Vikings that are out there and stuff. So shout out to all my Vikings out there. But it's really awesome as your host starts to grow. And you were talking about, you've mentioned this once or twice already. You did a little bit of acting when you were younger, and you've even gone as far as been on national television. On Deal or No Deal, you said that you got to open your own case. Dude, I've only watched the show. What was it like being on the
millions
show?
of dollars. Hold on, I actually have a picture. I don't know if I can send it right now, but I don't know if it works. Hold on, I forgot it before. Hold on, I don't know if I can show you this now.
So, PupuJuku was on one of the greatest shows of all time, Deal or No Deal. If you guys don't know, that's the show where you gotta what, pick the briefcase that you wanna pick in the beginning.
I don't know if you can see it. Oh, God damn it! The camera is too bad. If I send you this, does it work like that?
I might be able to throw it in. Yeah, I would have to jump.
It's a good picture.
Well, definitely, we got some other good pictures of you too. We got PupuJuku, the champion here.
Look at this guy! Holy crap! But yeah, so I was there, picked my suitcase.
Let me go grab this.
Beautiful ladies on the stand, models. Everyone's a model. Got how many? I don't remember. 25 suitcases. I got 24 numbers, ladies' numbers, and then one number. It was my suitcase. I opened that one. We got 250 euros. We went to my home island, got drunk, and that's it. but that's actually so how we got into the show was like you have to buy like a scratch lottery, right? And you get these like T3V marks, and then you have to sign up and blah blah. So my friend said, okay, I'm not. You're the TV guy. You're the kind of guy. I don't want to go into TV. I'm gonna give it to you, and we're gonna split the money, whatever we win. Fine. We went there, and that's how it was. Actually, I had to like fill. I was actually look at this. Oh yes, I think it was like I was like I think 10 years ago.
That's awesome. You're 16 there. That's...
No.
Oh yeah.
26
yeah, 26. Right. That's right. That's right. My bad. We're only 26.
Oh yeah. Basically, yeah, that's how it was. It didn't win much, but it was fun.
So you went all the way. You went all the way to your own box. You didn't take any of the buyouts.
Yeah, because like I think the first few boxes were like the biggest numbers. So all went out. And
so did you ever get an offer that was bigger than yours?
We got the last offer was there was a 2,000 suitcase. Like there was one left on up there, and then was mine. And then the banker offered me like I think it was 1,000 or something. And then we said no, we're going to the end. We had so much confidence that we're getting 2,000, but we didn't get anything.
That's awesome. So when you say you did a little bit of acting when you were younger, like what kind of acting were you trying to get on TV, movies, like?
No, theater basically.
Theater.
It was so popular in Estonia, like these like acting on stage. Yeah, so we had like our own like a group. Not like we didn't do it, but there's like a lady who did like all this curator or whatever she was called. He did. I had his own like groups and stuff, and then we had like we went to festivals and stuff, even like out of Estonia and stuff. So yeah, quite a few years of acting. I've been offered like commercial things as well, but I didn't accept these.
Okay, that's pretty cool, man. So how do you? I mean, I guess that's why maybe the stage presence is there, that you're a little bit more comfortable.
I need to like that. Why I'm streaming is main thing is I need to put my entertainment energy somewhere. Like no joke, I don't know what I would do if I couldn't stream or whatever. I don't even know. Yeah, what did I do before that? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I need to put my energy somewhere. Yeah.
It's interesting. I think I spent most of my time just getting my hands dirty in the garage. I'd say that the thing that has lacked the most since I started streaming is probably just working on my vehicles, I guess, and the custom stuff. I'd put neons on my bike, or I'd do little decals, or I do a little amateur graphic art stuff. So I think probably stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. I had the time. Now that I'm working, I try to stream during the day when the kids are at school, on my days off. And then at night, I try to just hang out with the family a little bit more, because, I do miss that time and miss those days, especially in the afternoon. We're in basketball season right now. So I got all, 3 out of 4 of my kids are playing basketball. The other one's tearing the house up. So got a big old family.
I think you all guys have to thank my ex-girlfriend. We broke up, and I wouldn't be streaming right now. So I'm gonna give you her number. But yeah, I wouldn't be like, we didn't like, she didn't broke up with me, I didn't broke up with her. We just broke up basically.
You decided it was time to part ways.
What am I gonna do now? Like I have more money now.
Was that also poo-poo? Hopefully that wasn't poo-poo related. Hopefully it's not a poo-poo joke that goes.
Nobody, you haven't even asked what's the name coming from.
Yeah, we get to that. I think we set a trend that we were doing that last, because it's kind of the greatest thing. Gotcha. Kind of the greatest question, and we want to keep everybody here because that's all they want to know. So I do want to take time to focus on the community a little bit. If there's anybody who's just been there or shouted you out, I always like to take the time to shout out Papa's House of Games for basically giving me the initial kind of trust and joining that team and the platform, and all of my PhD family members. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. RSR squad, Zilla, Eric, Ace, Photo, Choice, Noog, all those guys, man, awesome peoples. Everybody who showed up, Ali, peace, what's up, brother? you know, everybody who's been in today, before we, you know, kind of get over here to this conclusion topics of the name and everything, thank you guys for coming in. All the donos are going to go towards really trying to help some people out this February. So again, I appreciate you guys. High Octane, Squeezy, Briggs, everybody, Stumpy, Tats, John, Crooked, you guys have been awesome. Eddie, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. The Behind the Wheel series has really started to grow, and it just shows every time I jump in somewhere and getting questions about it. So I want to let Mr. PupuJuku here kind of shout out, say hi to everybody. PupuJuku.
Exactly.
The J is a U.
Yeah. Exactly.
PupuJuku. I gotta work. See, I don't have an accent. I'm American. We don't.
American, yeah. But I actually wanna. There's not too many people I like, right? As I already said, I hate everyone. But I also I really like Papito, Papa's Out of Game. Like there's just something about this guy. Like actually is like I think he should already be more like bigger in YouTube than he is. Like it's just something, his personality. And I would actually, so many times I've been thinking I want to join the BSG and the leagues and stuff, but the time zone difference is just too bad.
Yeah.
And no, that just doesn't work for me. That's really bad. Uncle Ali. Well, I'm sure you love me now as well, right? Not just like
no, the community is awesome. So without any more hesitation, I guess let's get to the meat and potatoes. Where the heck did PupuJuku come from? Seeing as how it's Carl.
Already, I just opened the beer.
No, I'm sure we're gonna have some time. Some Pupu jokes are coming, and community questions as well.
Yeah. So actually, the name is actually in Estonia. It has like a certain meaning to it. Like direct translation to English is basically a wuss, like a lame duck, or like a wuss. If you type it in a Google Translate, but it's kind of hard to explain. But if you say in Estonia, this guy's a PupuJuku, or it's like running around like a PupuJuku. It's like you immediately know like what kind of person this is. But it's basically a wuss. So okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say we watch like a basketball game. Okay, you're a basketball coach, and then I don't know, your own like player just basically runs around like a headless chicken, doesn't know what to do, and then what a PupuJuku. But that's what basically this is like what this name means. And I thought that this name actually came from like we were gaming with our friends like Call of Duty and the Apex and stuff, and we're just talking. There was a joke. It was actually came from the exact same example, like from one famous basketball coach in Estonia. He said, "Oh, this guy's an absolute PupuJuku." Basically, this like how you have to like know what this means. So yeah, that's where the name comes from. And then I already had this name. And basically, yeah, Stumpy. Yeah, but yeah, you have like you basically have these like you have to know what it is basically. So yeah. The name came from that. Then I changed, I think, one point in my I think Warzone or was it the Apex? That I changed my gamer tag to PupuJuku. It's so funny in Estonian as well, like how it sounds, and so it's just like PupuJuku. You immediately know what it says. So the thing is that, and then I thought, okay, I'm gonna put my channel name, PupuJuku. There it is, and that's it.
You have definitely made it
because everyone's saying PupuJuku, but.
It is. I would say PupuJuku until this very moment, but it's PupuJuku.
Even my biggest fan, Super GT, still says PupuJuku. We're gonna have a talk about that, but yeah.
PupuJuku, y'all. PupuJuku. So and it's awesome because you've been able to take that name and it describes your personality and
it's so interesting that we're talking about before that everything you put Pupu in front and there it is. Pupu flag is yellow flag. I got like Pupu's been like a Pupu book is a book of excuses why I'm crashing. Like everything Pupu or whatever it is, like it's Pupu, and I'm absolutely loving how this is like created a meme as well, basically.
Is Eddie is asking, is it true that you were once outwitted by a duck?
We don't. This information is classified. Next question.
We also got the question earlier, the bikini announcement or Speedo announcement.
No, okay, Speedo. Okay, I was thinking, what? Who's this guy? Bikini? No. Speedo. Coming soon. Can't confirm nor deny yet. Coming soon. I already have this in my intro. Coming soon. So shut it. Am I lagging on stream as well?
No, you
It
look
looks
good.
like the camera is lagging.
For me, it's fine. Hopefully it's just an internal error. Who makes Pupu laugh?
Me. There's nobody funnier than me. I don't know what's that. It's got better questions. Okay, that's actually a good question, but I'm kind of a funny guy.
Do you watch yourself and just crack up?
No,
Well, it looks
no. Okay, the only times I watch myself is when I want to see if something was off in the stream. If audio was fine, if the picture quality is fine, then I watch my streams. But no, I mean, we were watching my older streams when I was like first time with the Logitech wheel. It was cringe, but it was kind of cool cringe. But
I
no,
think Crooked's getting a kick out of
I
it.
just walk alone, yap out loud, and I'm such a funny guy.
That's why it's PupuJuku. There's two different personalities that are hanging out in one. We got who classified the duck information. What place are you in the manufacturer's cup?
It is classified by Red Bull official, so can't confirm nor deny. What place are you in manufacturer cup? That is actually a very offensive question because it feels like Stumpy knows how my first race went. So no comment.
Do I have the best mods on YouTube? I like to say that. So every time, I'm not gonna say it because it would be going against my own rules of negativity.
Eddie, let me answer that. Let me answer that. No, because PupuBot's not here.
PupuBot's not here. No, every time something pops, every time a certain person pops into my channel, a mod is born. So that's how mods are born in my channel. When negativity
I'm not
appears,
even a member. Give me a member, guys. Come on, I don't have money.
I know. Honestly, man, I have been so frugal since August, and I'm really excited because you know, my next check, it wasn't even my first check. My first check went to just paying bills, but my next check, I'm really excited that I'll be able to kind of feel some breathing room. So shout out to everybody that's out there. I've talked to some folks, and I was actually telling Misa last night, you know, I got a lot of respect for people as I get to know them, and I try to take the time to get to know them. Like, why are you streaming? Why are you sim racing? You know, and I get a lot of stories about disabilities, about, you know, hardships, about that, you know, they're caring for other people, you know, just different things in life that maybe not have been fair. And I meet a lot of people like that, a lot of good folks that work hard, because this isn't easy. I mean, doing the streams and being active and managing all of this, it's not easy. It's a skill set in itself.
I don't think people understand how much time it takes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is insane how much. And and people think that, we were talking this before as well. Like, people think that I'm not like, we talked about, I'm not going into too much detail about that, but like a lot of people have stopped coming by because I stopped going by their streams. But the thing is that I barely have time to stream myself. Like, no joke. This is actually insane. That it's just insane time it took, like what I'm doing, like after the stream or before the stream, what I'm doing to set up the stream, what I'm doing to make it better, everything like that. And this is actually like insane how much time it takes.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, I had a system where I would shoot a live video, and then I would go through and I would cut out smaller videos from it, try to post those videos, and then from those videos I try to get shorts and then post those. Now I'm just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna go live. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Every time I sit down for extended periods of times when I go take a poo-poo, I try to come out of it. So when my shorts come out, that's usually toilet time. I'm just like, let me do it.
So
Let me back out of shorts.
I'm actually become to a point that I think I like now I need like slightly more luck as well on like the algorithm point, because I've been watching a lot of like YouTube building educational videos. So like I can actually give advice. So I'm actually that kind of guy. I could actually train people to play disc golf. But you know how to say, I don't know if you know that saying, but we have a saying in Estonia: who can't play himself becomes a coach, or like in a professional level. And basically like I could actually teach so much things about to people who like about YouTube and everything. Like don't do, if you're streaming on YouTube, don't do stream highlight videos. If you're don't care about shorts, just make them. Don't start watching how many views you're getting every day.
Right.
I've done these things, everything, and I've like this is not my like what I'm thinking, but I've like watched a lot of like educational videos about these. Just don't care about these, and don't thumbnails. I don't know who needs to know this, but stop putting stupid shit on your thumbnails, like I did the whole time. Make it clean.
Yeah, just
Clean.
don't spend so much time trying to worry about it. Just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
exactly.
see.
Don't worry
Daz
about it.
PS5 says, question.
Don't worry about it.
Why do you stream on YouTube and not just race, Pupu and Viking? I guess I'll answer first. I did just play video games, and it was kind of just a me thing by myself, doing me for me by myself. And I think so for me, it was, I bought a wheel on Marketplace, and I Googled sim racing because the guy I bought it off was like, oh, do you sim race? And I was like, that's the first time I've ever heard the word sim racing. So I Googled it, and I saw Rory's channel, and me and my son were watching, like setting up the wheel and stuff. And so I would literally like watch Rory's channel because I was trying to race the races. And at first I didn't know where I was because I was doing weeklies, and I was just doing weekly challenges, and nobody does weeklies. So then I had to like look up what race I was doing, and I was going in, I was like, oh, okay, so he did this race. This is how he did it. This is the car he used. This is the tune he used. And then that's how I kind of started jumping into them. And then I realized people were live like for the first time. And I was like, oh crap. So I started watching like the actual live videos, and that led into like, oh, this is actually a thing that people do. And I remember just kind of tuning into Roy's channel, and my son was like, Dad, why don't you do this? And I was like, I don't know, let's do it. So we set up his laptop, and he had like the Nitro, nice gaming laptop, set that up. And I remember just knocking out weeklies, and then, one or two people would come in and hang out, and then a couple more people would come in and hang out. And then I remember someone saying, well, I don't even do weeklies anymore. I've only done dailies. And I was like, well, what are dailies? And so that's when sport mode was introduced to me. And so I jumped into dailies and lobbies. I remember the first lobby I was in, I forget it, I think it was a Brigsby's lobby, and I couldn't even stay on the track. So it's just embarrassing. And so I think for growth, and just as you start to make relationships with people, if it clicks for you, it clicks for you, whether if you want to be a host or not. But for me, it clicked, and I was like, well, instead of just being on this side of the channel and just chatting, why don't I get on the other side? And I mean, the rest is history. We're here 9 months later. So I hope that answered your question, man.
My ways, I already talked about this, but like my plan was like this. I bought my wheel, and I already had like an idea that I'm gonna start streaming it as well, like the whole journey, and like first time with a wheel and blah blah. But I was imagining things, like I was hallucinating that I'm getting like massive views like first day. I was thinking, oh, this is something revolutionary, and like there's nobody watching. But that's how you go. Like you can see like these small communities and stuff like that. Rory's Discord's the same way. But I was actually watching Super GT before I even played the game, and like not even Grand Turismo, but well, not even Grand Turismo 7. But the other thing is that I don't think I could actually race anymore offline on Gran Turismo 7. I just don't. I don't feel the excitement anymore.
Yes.
Kind of sad truth, but I actually can't. I don't feel the like. I remember I was doing offline races the whole time I wasn't streaming. I was just excited to get on track and like race people. Like that was just like I was excited. But right now like I don't feel like right now it's just okay. I'm gonna play Grand Turismo, but this is like entertainment wise. But it's entertaining for me as well because people are entertained, right? And then we're just gonna have fun. But now that 𝙃𝙼𝙑𝙀 is here, when this came out, like it felt so amazing uh, with the game, how it feels, that I was just like offline racing just with AI. No joke. I was enjoying this offline on my own. And I think this is gonna change it as well. Like the 𝙃𝙼𝙑𝙀 was evolving as well. So, but yeah, I don't think I could race offline right now
Yeah,
without
it's
streaming.
it's
Grand
weird.
Turismo 7.
I don't like games where I don't have live competition. And you know what makes it even
Yeah,
more
I could.
I think it's the
Okay, I could
excitement
do
I've tasted
actually.
now, which is why I can't go back. Going forward, it was
I think
nervous.
one thing I'm doing sometimes is time trialing because I'm getting so much faster with like offline being focusing actually. But the only thing I could do is offline is time trials, like for dailies or for managers,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Time
Racing
trial
against
is. But
AI is
I like
weird.
grinding, like I like grinding like that a lot, like on my own and just be faster, get better and stuff like that. But just racing, like online
Mhm.
racing, I don't think I could
And I
do it.
like that. I like that. Again, tasting the excitement of knowing the people you're racing against. Like, you know, I have
Yeah.
these friends on my friends list on, but it's really cool because the ones who stand out to me are obviously a lot of people stand out, but when you know like the channel or you know they're live, like if you're racing, I like to jump into if there's somebody I'm racing against and see what they're doing, you know, because it just makes it like shoulder time, you know. And I have this thing that I say with my kids, you know, this is shoulder time, you know. It's not always talking time, but it's, you know, when you're racing against somebody and you have that live feedback and that community sense to it, it really is a whole nother evolution of video games. And I think as we continue to evolve in video games, we are going to have like the movies we see where, you know, people are wearing full body suits and diving into the immersion of it and, you know, living another life on the other side of the screen. And part of it is that. Part of it is, you know, like I was telling Misa last night, like, you know, this community means something to me. So now at this stage, the reason I stream is for you guys and the enjoyment I get from
Yeah.
hanging out with them. You know, it's
Like I'm completely enjoying racing, so still like it doesn't like I'm enjoying this, but it's so weird to just I'm okay. I'm gonna go to daily race C on my own, quiet. It's so weird. I don't think I could do it anymore. I haven't even tried, but I already feel uncomfortable if I think about it. Like I don't. It's weird actually to think about as well. Like okay, I'm going alone to a race, but that's what majority of people do. Like if you're going into a race when you're streaming, like most of the lobby is everyone's alone in their home and racing on their own, and that's actually so I don't. It's so weird. I don't know.
This is true. I think we're starting to see chatter about the PSN network coming back up. So I think we got an amazing window today. PSN shut it down for us so that we could enjoy some screen time together and to get all the big crowds and stuff. So it's been an amazing fire chat. Everybody who's donoed, everybody who continues to support the Behind the Wheel series. We have some amazing guests lined up. Got to do some confirmations, but you guys won't be sorry. I think we added a little bit of flavor, a little bit of poo-poo funk to the Behind the Wheel series. I think all the guests have been an awesome lineup of unique faces and the stories, and you, sir, are no exception to this. Your story has been amazing. Hanging out with you has been a lot of fun and awesome, and kind of getting to know the more serious side of you, as well as getting some good laughs in there. If there's anything you want to say to everybody who's watching, who's hanging out, I'll let you kind of, you know, say your goodbyes, and we'll wrap it up here.
I want to say that everyone who's new here, who didn't know me before, I'm not a nice guy, but if you come in to my streams, I'm gonna say hello and I'm gonna be nice for a second. I'm gonna be nice to you, but I'm still gonna be a dick. So yeah. But thank you everyone for watching and thank you for the support. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thank you, man, for coming out here. The kind of the short notice, how it all worked out, and just communicating all week. And we were able to link up on Instagram,
I want to
Discord.
say something as well. I absolutely love what you do. Like this is so much fun. And actually, especially like smaller channels as well. Like I know you're a smaller channel, but like other smaller channels as well. Like, I think it's really cool. So a lot of new people can see, like, get to know the new, like, people they didn't know before.
Yeah.
Me and
Well, thank you, man. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully it's that like forever content, that kind of unique content, and just my way of, again, like I like telling stories. I like talking to people. I like learning about kind of what makes people tick. I know you're a behavior movement thing. I'm kind of a behavior thinking guy. I like to, and it helps me to, just build a more genuine atmosphere, and hopefully some communities overlap, and people, everybody kind of enjoys learning something new, and it's something different. So I hope everybody out there, shout out to everybody who's doing something different. I'm seeing awesome ideas pop up. Definitely, we talked about, keep putting out the content, stop thinking too hard about it, have fun doing it, and we'll be here. And if you want to be on an episode of Behind the Wheel, hit me up, man. We'll look for weeks and times and blocks where we're available, and we'll make it happen. But today was about PupuJuku. I appreciate you, sir, all the way from Estonia. I will let you get back, man. Without further ado, sir, have a good one.
Thank you.
What a banger. What a banger. Another one, man. We got another 2-hour episodes. That seems to be kind of the sweet spot now, is working 2 hours. Thank you all for hanging out. You had that little window where the PSN was shut down, so I know you didn't really have nothing better to do with your time. So I thank you for spending it here. PupuJuku was an awesome guest. What an absolute cool story. What an athlete. What an ambassador to the YouTube community, for the GT community. Thank you guys. Eddie, I see you. Jag, I see you. Daz, I see you guys. Nadim, thank you for hanging out. Again, we got into some controversial topics. I think we managed them well. Shout out to everybody out there who's doing what they do. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, y'all, Viking King is out.
I'm loading my axe, I'll conquer the night. With my Viking crew, we'll put up a fight. From the shores of Valhalla, we charge so bold. In this gaming world, our legends are old. Raise your horns, it's time to cheer. Viking King, we're taking the throne. Through every game we've grown, and we've shown. With courage in hearts, and fire in our veins. The saga continues, through victories and pains. Through pixelated fields, our battles ignite. In the realm of warriors, we claim our might. With strategy tight and teamwork supreme, in the game of kings, we achieve our dreams. Feel the power, unleash the roar. Viking King, we're taking the throne. Through every game we've grown, and we've shown. With courage in hearts, and fire in our veins. The saga continues, through victories and pains. Feel the power, unleash the roar. Viking King, we're taking the throne. Through every game we've grown, and we've shown. With courage in hearts, and fire in our veins. The saga continues, through victories and pains. Together, my brothers, the night is our stage. In this epic journey, we rise our own page. Follow. Together, my brothers, the night is our stage. In this epic